Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. We are live here on YouTube once again. I see we got a couple comments and a couple of likes, so I appreciate that already. But it's your boy BT with my dad. It is currently 9:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, Dad, it's good when we actually go live at a reasonable time because normally it's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. We're live at a reasonable time today, so I like that.
I mean, anytime we talk boxing, you know, old Pops and BT, we love talking boxing with you guys.
Anytime.
Yeah,
anytime.
So don't forget Fighting Mad. Support the channel. Hit that like button.
Smash that like button. Do all that good stuff. Let us know where you're watching from, what city, what state, what continent. Now, before we get into the Manny Pacquiao talk, because listen, we got to talk about Pac-Man.
Yeah.
On this channel, we love Manny Pacquiao. I've been Manny Pacquiao since I was yay high.
Yeah.
So, we're going to talk about Pacquiao. We're going to talk about his 2020 and just everything that's going to be going on with his 2020.
Yeah.
And it should be fun. Now, a couple of program reminders. Give them the program reminders while I check this on the back end.
Well, you know, BT's going back to the UK pretty soon.
I've never gone to the UK. There's no back.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to the UK soon. So when you see him in a few weeks, it won't be in the US. It'll be in the UK. That's that. Don't forget, next week, you got the big fight with Ortiz and Wilder.
The rematch.
We'll be live for that. And you also have, before that fight earlier in the day, you have Colin Smith against
John Ryder.
John Ryder.
So we're gonna have 2 live fight reactions next week. So if you guys aren't there, make sure you make your plans accordingly to join us for the live fight reactions.
Yeah.
They always tend to be a great time here on True School Sports. So I'm looking very forward to that. I'm looking very forward to the UK trip as well. So a lot of you guys have asked me questions about the UK trip in my comments. I'm still ironing out a couple of details as to some things that are gonna happen while I'm there. But when everything is like finally ironed out, you'll get a video from me and you'll know everything that's going on while I'm there. Let me see. Anything else? UK trip, live fight reactions.
Fighting Mad t-shirts.
Fighting Mad. Let me know where you guys are watching from, what city, what state, what continent. Drop it in the comments. I'll give you a shout out. Let's see. Let's get some comments. We got Gerard Francis Furto. He says he's still the #1 at welterweight. If Crawford and Spence has any problem with that, grow their balls and fight Pacquiao. My man Gerard letting them know.
I like that.
Letting them know straight away. Listen, you got a problem with it, you can't fight Pacquiao.
It's funny we're talking about that because before we came on air, my son and I were talking about how long Pacquiao has lasted in boxing compared to the top welterweights in today's era.
Facts.
And it's crazy. He's like a worn tire with still threads on it.
It's like the Energized Bunny. He just keeps going and going and going and going and going. So, yeah, a good comment there from Gerard. Nosy Rosie, she says, what we going to talk tonight? I want some Chinese food. Korean food is delicious. You go ahead and you take care of that, Nosy Rosie.
I just got to ask you a question, Nosy Rosie. Did Tom Brady and the Patriots beat the Eagles today?
Listen,
you
guys are going to have to excuse my French. Fuck the Patriots, man. Fuck that team.
Let's go.
My Panthers lost today.
Yeah. Anyways.
5-5. Mediocrity. Here we come. My man Nathan, Main Event Boxing Talk. He said, hello, brother. He says, Crawford is #2. Shout out to Main Event Boxing Talk. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him if you haven't done so already.
Crawford just doesn't get the respect that he deserves, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like he's getting blackballed, to be honest with you. Nobody wants to fight him. And Bob Arum, I think I thought he had all this pull and all this connections to make these big fights happen for him. I don't know what he's got him on the shelf for. Use this wall the way.
Well, we don't got him on the show. He's fighting on December the 14th.
Yeah, I know he's fighting
against Kavaluskas.
Okay,
so he's still active. You can't say.
I want him to fight the big fights.
Yeah. So it is what it is. We have a lot to talk about tonight, but tonight's live. Pretty much tonight's live is centered around Manny Pacquiao. So let's talk about Manny Pacquiao because, you know, he's been doing it for quite some time. I mean, this is a guy, Manny Pacquiao. He turned pro on January 22nd, 1995. That's before I was even born because I was born on February 11th, 1995.
23 years ago.
So he's literally been in boxing longer than I've been alive. So, you know, Pacquiao's been getting it done for quite some time. But Pacquiao, he's got a big 2020 ahead of him because right now, with that Keith Thurman win that he just had in July, damn, he's thrust himself into Jesus.
It's okay.
me get some water.
Okay.
This is why water is important,
Yeah.
guys, because sometimes you talk,
Don't
you
get
got
dry.
saliva, your throat gets dry, you know, it's...
Not young. Hey, me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But what I was trying to say is this. What I was trying to say is, with that win against Keith one-time Thurman, Manny Pacquiao has thrust himself into the top 3 of the welterweight division, unquestionably. And he's announced his timetable for when he's going to come back. So, as it was reported by Boxing Scene and many news outlets, Manny Pacquiao is looking to return sometime between March and April of next year, because that's when the Philippines and the Filipino Senate has their break, their recess. They're off from March the 14th to May the 3rd. So in that block of time, we can expect Manny Pacquiao to be back in the ring, back when he's
And go ahead. You're right.
you know, when he wants to fight for 2020.
And I think it's probably the best time. I mean, you have to have everything. You know, just be organized, have everything scheduling if you're gonna do everything right. And I think the way he's going about it, he's saying, okay, the Senate's in recess, just like when our Congress is in recess. And so this is the best time, like BT says, for him to go into another fighting match. Some people that I've read have said that they're disagreeing with that. They're saying that he's lagging too much.
He's gonna have too much ring rust. Yeah.
I don't see that. I've seen him since, like we said, since '95, and he keeps himself in shape.
He's too experienced. Too experienced for that. He might not listen. He's at that age where at any moment, from a talent standpoint and a physical standpoint, he could literally fall off a cliff from fight to fight. So we don't know anything about, you know, that side of the thing. But in terms of the boxing part of it, the technical side of it, the experience, he's got too much experience for all that. So that's what it is. But the date that's been floating around for Pacquiao hitting his next fight in 2020 is in fact April the 11th.
Wow.
And he's got some great options. And April the 11th is right smack dab in the middle, right in the middle of that you know, break with the Senate. So you know, some of the, you know, opponents that are rumored to take place with Manny Pacquiao in the ring next year. You know, the two main names are both of the Garcias in the PBC stable. You got your boy Mikey Garcia, and you got Danny Garcia's name being floated out there. You got Sean Porter's name kind of on the outside, and then an extreme long shot, but still an option nonetheless, is Manny Pacquiao versus Ugas.
Okay.
I doubt he'll fight Ugas, but his name is there.
Yeah.
You know.
But I would tell you like this: if I had a choice between the two Garcias, I would much prefer Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia. Why would you prefer Danny Garcia over Mikey Garcia? Mikey Garcia is a 3-division champ. You know how they say it? He's a 3-division champ.
Kudos to Mikey Garcia also. He's got a good management team. He's got a good training thing. But I like Danny Garcia from Philly. He's big. I think he's a big name. He does sell seats. And I think the fight that we would have with Pacquiao, I think it'll be much better due to the fact that I like the way when he fights, he's got that punch that will knock somebody out. What you say, standard, when people stand in front of him, forget about it. And he's got that.
Manny Pacquiao's not gonna stand in front of him.
I know, and I think that to me it'd be a more exciting fight than Mikey Garcia. I think Danny, to me, is more honest with his fighting, more willing to take the division, stay in the division, and do this. And he's not jumping around like Mikey Garcia. That's not taken away from his titles, nothing. I just feel, in my case, that I would love to see Mikey Garcia. He didn't get a shot. I knew Errol Spence wasn't going to give Danny Garcia a shot, but he gave Mikey Garcia a shot. But I think if Danny Garcia got in there with Errol Spence, we don't know what could have happened. So I like more. I'm a big fan of Garcia. I like him. He's from Philly. Got everything I like about him. And of course, he's from my island, or he's from Puerto Rican descent, Puerto Rican. So I take pride in that, and I support them. But I think Danny Garcia for me would be the good fit. You guys give me your intake on what you guys think.
Yeah, we'll get into all that in a second. I highly doubt what I just read in the comments is true, but just a fact check.
Right.
Hold on. I ain't seen nothing on it, so.
What did he say?
Yeah, Terry Johnson. I was just searching what you said, because this guy Terry Johnson, he said that Floyd Mayweather Sr. Apparently he's in a heart attack and whatnot, but I just checked it on Twitter and I don't see a damn thing about it, so. I'm not gonna.
We're not discrediting what you're saying. We just don't.
I'm just fact checking you, because listen, boxing with everything without instantaneous, this world is not. If he really had a heart attack, it would be on Twitter. Yeah, it would be on Twitter. But getting back to Pacquiao, because I don't want to get sidetracked. We're not gonna get sidetracked here on True School Sports. All right. So Personally, for me, I think he should fight Sean Porter. I think he should fight Sean Porter.
Who's his?
Manny Pacquiao. I think the fight is Sean Porter. Mikey Garcia, first of all, Mikey Garcia doesn't deserve shit at welterweight. He doesn't deserve anything at welterweight because he clearly ducked and avoided Lomachenko, jumped 2 weight classes, and then mailed it in against Errol Spence. Didn't even try against Errol Spence.
Right.
He was suffering from what I call David Hayes syndrome, where you're happy to just go in there and go the full 12 rounds in a big fight rather than selling out and going for broke and trying to actually put your best foot forward to win the fight. So I first of all, I didn't really ever have a lot of respect for Mikey Garcia. I thought he was a bit overrated. I always thought that he was someone that that was more hyped up than his ring abilities allowed him to and whatnot. So I don't really want to see him fight Mikey Garcia.
Yeah.
Danny Garcia, like my main event, main event boxing talk. He said
Yeah.
that Danny Garcia's style is all wrong from Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I've heard people say that before because of, first of all, Danny Garcia, when we talk Danny Garcia, we're talking about one of the most durable chins, forget the welterweight division, in all of boxing. This man has never been dropped on the canvas. And he's fought some punchers, that Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
Never been dropped, and he continues to go forward. And on top of that, he's got impeccable timing, a good counter puncher. And obviously, with Manny Pacquiao, everybody think when you think Manny Pacquiao and you think counter punches, people automatically their minds go to Juan Manuel Marquez knocking him out in that fourth fight.
Well, I mean,
So
now that you were just saying about, let me know about. I think about it. Showtime Sean Porter, he's got quickness, physique is great. He knows he's an active fighter. So all the intangibles between Showtime, Sean Porter, and Pacquiao, it would make for a great fight. I do agree with that. I backtrack a little bit there.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
I hope he fights Sean Porter because first of all, look, they know each other really really well. First of all, if PBC, and listen, PBC, you don't gotta cut me a check. I'm just a kid from Dania who understands what's going on in boxing as a whole. Okay, if PBC wants to put on the most entertaining fight, they need to make Manny Pacquiao versus Sean Porter. Okay, the styles, they both come forward. They both like to exchange. I know Sean Porter is someone that he mauls you. You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta.
Yeah.
I got it right here.
Yeah.
He mauls you, and he has these what I call rugby tactics. He's a freaking rugby player. He's not even a boxer sometimes. That man Sean Porter, a rugby player. To see Pacquiao, how Pacquiao had to give him the angles and shift and constantly have to turn him, and then he'd have Porter constantly pursuing him going forward. I think it make for a great fight. And personally, like when you talk about Sean Porter, he's paid his dues in the welterweight division. Like he's fought them all.
Yeah.
He fought Kell Brook. He fought Keith Thurman. He beat Danny Garcia. He fought Errol Spence. And personally, like I thought he won half those fights because I actually thought he beat Keith Thurman and he beat Danny Garcia. I didn't think he beat Kell Brook and I didn't think he beat Porter. But Porter, I thought beat Thurman, and he actually did beat Danny Garcia.
And I want to say,
make it happen.
Venomous 86 was brought a good point. He said that both it was Mikey Garcia or he said both are flat-footed.
He said, Venomous 86 says both have flat feet. Manny Pacquiao beats both with footwork and angles. Absolutely.
So that's facts right there.
Absolutely.
I'll go with that. Thank you, Venom. I like that.
Because Manny Pacquiao would just get on the inside and outside of the lead foot and just constantly be turning them. You would see him doubling up on the left hand, turning them, and he would have their way with. In my opinion, I know my man Main Event Boxing Talk disagrees with me because he says Danny Garcia's left hook would drop Pacquiao, and maybe it could, but you know what?
Got to get him first.
Let me tell you something about Danny Garcia, okay? Because my best friend in the world, big shout out to my man Paul. He's the #1 Danny Garcia fan.
What?
You cannot say anything. I lived with Paul for like 2 years and some change.
Yeah.
You cannot say anything remotely bad about Danny Garcia.
He knows all the facts about Garcia.
He knows all the Danny Garcia facts. Like I don't like Danny Garcia that much, but I fucking know all the facts about him because of Paul.
Yeah.
With that being said, over the years I've tried to watch Danny Garcia from a more optimistic standpoint in the ring.
Yeah.
From a more optimistic standpoint. And in doing that, I found that this dude, Danny Garcia, he just loves to sit back. He loves to wait. He doesn't know what a jab is. So because of these things, I know people are gonna say, "Well, Manny Pacquiao, he darts in and he darts out."
Yeah.
what people don't talk enough about with Pacquiao is when he got knocked out by Marquez in the fourth fight, he got better at managing his work rate. He got better at managing his punch count. And what I mean when I say that is I mean that Manny Pacquiao got better at, throwing lots of punches without getting hit. And he doesn't get enough credit for that.
And let me just say one thing. Manny Pacquiao has the best thing on his side, and that's experience. Experience, and he's for his age and where he's at, his work rate is impeccable, I think.
Impeccable?
Impeccable. There's nothing you can't say about him. He's active constantly. He's always moving. He's always hitting you, hitting. So he's always going. So I'm going to go and say it again. I have to agree with BT that Showtime Sean Porter would probably be the best fit for that fight, as far as activeness and being in shape and all that. But
I'll just say this: I think the reason I think Sean Porter actually has a good, legitimate chance of beating Pacquiao too, because of the fact that with Pacquiao being 40 years old, plus with his senatorial duties, your body isn't at 40 what it was at 20. With the way he fights, he's physical. He mauls you. He gets on top of you. I feel like that would actually work in his favor.
You know what this is?
What is it?
What is this?
Straight left hand?
From who?
Manny Pacquiao.
There you go.
So you're saying that
as long as he got this in his quickness, Sean Porter would not walking into one of them, because if he goes, it's going to be good night, Irene. That's my point on that. But I mean, you're right. I mean, Sean Porter's got on the same way as Pacquiao.
And listen, he's fought them all. And Porter and Pacquiao actually have familiarity with each other, because when Porter turned pro in his early years as a professional fighter, he actually did a lot of sparring with Manny Pacquiao. And funny enough, in 2017, I had the honor to interview Sean Porter.
Wow.
When I went to Las Vegas. I don't know how, it's funny. I'm gonna tell a bit of a story. So when I went to Las Vegas for the first time in 2017, I went to his gym, Sean Porter's gym, right?
Right.
You can't just walk into Sean Porter's gym. It's a private thing.
Wow.
It's a private thing. I only got in because I knew someone that vaguely knew Kenny and Sean.
Network, yeah.
And Sean was cool. And I interviewed him about Pacquiao, the sparring sessions.
Wow.
I asked him about the sparring sessions. And funny enough, you know what he said? It sounded delusional, because you got to think to yourself, right?
Yeah.
He was sparring Pacquiao in 2009. He's sparring Pacquiao at the peak of Pacquiao's powers.
Wow.
And he told me that he got the better of Manny in sparring.
Wow.
He said he was out jabbing Manny Pacquiao. He said this man Sean Porter said he was out quick. He had more quickness than Manny Pacquiao. He was out thinking Manny Pacquiao.
But
crazy. It's crazy stuff.
But in all fairness, that's his side of the story. I would love to hear if you ran to Manny Pacquiao and ask him how his sparring was with Showtime Sean Porter. I guarantee you that.
That's got to be the part 2. True School Sports interviews Manny Pacquiao about the Porter sparring sessions. But yeah, I really think his physicality and his roughhousing tactics and just how he is as a fighter, and not even just that. Like, Sean Porter has actually improved from the technical side of boxing. Like, he's gotten better at turning fighters, giving you angles. His jab has improved. He has improved. I don't think he quite gets the credit for that. Like my man Terry Johnson said, Porter is so underrated. A lot of people thought, Porter about to get KO'd by Spence, this and that, but Porter gave Spence his most toughest fight.
Wow.
There you have it.
I
think before Keith Thurman lost to Manny Pacquiao, I thought Porter gave Keith Thurman his toughest fight.
I think we're telling you who we think is the best fighter, best opponent for Pacquiao. Who do you guys think is the best opponent for Pacquiao if there ever was another match?
Yeah, we're gonna get to your guys' comments in a second, but I want to talk about this with my dad. So I want him to fight Porter. You're saying you want Garcia or Porter?
I like Garcia. I like Garcia, but I've seen everything that you just told me. If I really think about it, I think Sean Porter would be a good fight, a good fit for the Manny Pacquiao, because of the excitement, because of the activeness of both fighters.
Absolutely.
I like that.
With that being said, let's just pose this question, and I'll pose this question to the people that are here, the 17 that are here. And by the way, if you're here right now and you haven't hit that like button, it's free. Help the channel out. Smash that like button.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna ask you guys this question. I'm gonna ask my dad this question, and then I'm gonna chime in myself. Is Manny Pacquiao the #1 welterweight out right now? You got Terrence Crawford, you got Errol Spence, who are right there. Is Manny Pacquiao the #1 welterweight in the world right now?
I personally will take him, and Pacquiao, and I'm gonna say why I'm gonna say it.
Why?
because I'm a big firm believer and experience plays a lot in everything.
Okay.
And you name me, what fight hasn't Pacquiao been through, or that he hasn't experienced any kind of situation? You can tell me.
What about the fact that maybe he's just too old? I know you don't want to accept that because you want to go for all. You listen.
No, I'm
listen,
saying just because,
before you continue, my dad in any sport, whether we're talking about baseball, soccer, fucking NFL, NBA, NHL, this man always. He'll say, Brendan, the Marlins need to sign this old pitcher. Brendan, the Hornets need to sign this old shooting guard. Brendan, Everton need to sign this old midfielder.
Listen.
So this is how he is.
Listen, I'm a firm believer of experience that can get you through a lot of things. And the way, God bless him, the way Manny Pacquiao is fighting now, I'm willing to say that he's more than 50% better than a lot of those young welterweights that are in that division right now.
Well, we're not talking about the 50%. We're talking about the other two quote unquote top dogs, which is Errol Spence Jr. And Terence Crawford. Based on recent history and current form, the current form you're seeing Pacquiao in. Do you look at him and say going into 2020, based on what he did in the Keith Thurman fight, that's the number one welterweight in the world?
Right now, I'm gonna say like this. The question you asked me is he's number one besides, you said calling out Crawford and calling out Thurman. That's what you're basically telling me, right? I'm gonna tell you like this. He's an old dog.
Okay.
That has a lot of tricks.
Okay.
Until somebody proves him wrong, people were knocking him down when he fought Matias.
Matisse, yeah.
Matisse, and what happened? He came back.
They said he's washed though.
I mean, he fought Thurman.
They said he was washed up. Matisse.
If he's washed up, that will still on.
But the thing is, what's funny because I was on YouTube for that. I was making videos around that time.
Yeah. So
they only said he was washed up after the fact.
Yeah. So
I remember before you had people on ESPN saying, "Oh, we don't know."
If it was Thurman, if my choice between Thurman and Crawford to be second, I like Crawford.
Thurman. No,
Spence. Spence. I like Spence and Crawford. I like Crawford.
Okay, well,
Crawford. Go ahead.
Let's go to the resumes. Let's look at each one of these three fighters on a 5-fight basis.
Okay.
And let's dissect this brick by brick. Okay. Piece by piece. Okay. So if we look at Manny Pacquiao and what he's done his last 5 fights in boxing. Okay. You've got his last win against Keith Thurman, won it by split decision.
Right.
Outboxed Adrian Broner. Okay.
Right.
He stopped Lucas Batiste. You know, destroyed him.
Right.
They said he was washed though. Lost a controversial decision to Jeff Horn. I thought he won.
Right.
The majority of people think he won that fight.
Right.
Then he fought 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he fought Jesse Vargas, which I think was an underrated win because Jesse Vargas, his last 3 fights coming into the Pacquiao fight, he had beaten Antonio DeMarco. He had he had Bradley out on his feet in the 12th round of their fight, even though they lost to him. And then he upset Saddam Ali, who was supposed to do big things in boxing.
Right.
So I thought that was an underrated win. So you got Thurman, Broner, Batiste, Horn, and Vargas.
That
Pacquiao. Pacquiao. For Spence, you know, his 5 had a bit more name value to him, but we're gonna dissect. Sean Porter.
Okay.
Mikey Garcia. Carlos Ocampo. Lamont Peterson, and you got Kell Brook. And for Terence Crawford, who just made his debut at welterweight just last year, his last 5 fights, not including what's going to happen on December 14th with Kavaluskas, his last 5 fights consist of Amir Khan, Jose Benavidez, Jeff Horn, Julius Ndongo, and Felix Diaz. So based on those 5 fights, who would you say? But you can't even say that for Crawford because Crawford only had 2 fights at welterweight. So really, I wouldn't even put Spence number 1 because he hasn't even had 5 fights at welterweight yet.
Right.
So really, to me, it's between Pacquiao and Spence. And you got to ask yourself the question: who has the resume between Pacquiao and Spence?
I'm gonna take Spence.
Spence. Why Spence?
Spence.
Okay. What of these 5? What's his best one? Porter or Kell Brook? Which one do you think?
For me, Kell Brook.
What? Okay, that's a bit surprising because people say Kell Brook won at the 160. He came in at 147. He was weight drained. He was this. He was that.
Kell Brook to me is still
why do you
beast. He's still his resume
better than Porter. Better than the Porter that fought Spence.
Yes, I will take Kell Brook. Kell Brook lost to Spence, and that was a tough fight in itself. He didn't get it with his eye. But I would have, if Kell Brook didn't hurt his eye or had a major injury, guess what? I still think the dog in him would have beat Spence.
You gonna beat Earl Spence?
Yeah.
I think so too, but I would say
That's my opinion. I mean,
I would listen. I would personally say that Sean Porter is his best one. As much as I love Kell Brook. Kell Brook, listen, Kell Brook. Just in case you don't know, Kell Brook is one of my favorite fighters. Okay, I love Kell Brook, but and I give Spence credit for the win because Brook is still a really good fighter, world champion level fighter. You know, he had to go to Bramall Lane in Sheffield to go beat him, which isn't easy for any fighter to go to another country, another fighter's backyard, and then go fight them and beat them. So I give him credit for that. But I think Porter's his best win because Porter, to me, I knew in the build up to that fight that Porter was taking this fight very seriously. That this was pretty much a legacy fight for Sean Porter, and he was going to treat it accordingly. And he got the best Sean Porter there was. So that it is what it is there. But if we go to Pacquiao, I think Pacquiao's win against Thurman. Everybody wants to say is like, oh well, Keith Thurman, he was this, he was that, and they want to demean Keith Thurman to take away from the win with Manny Pacquiao. But personally, no matter how you slice it, Keith Thurman, in terms of boxing IQ, is one of the smartest fighters in boxing. I would go as far as to say he might be the smartest fighter in the welterweight division.
The only thing I feel like
he's up there.
Like you were just saying, the only thing I think that if Keith Thurman was to stay active and was to Keith Thurman before he went on the long leave or whatever layoff, I think he would have gave was it Pacquiao a run for his money. But since he came back from the layoff, I have to take that into account. That's just me.
Okay. Well, I think Thurman. I think even if you give Thurman, or even if you say like, if you compare Thurman versus Porter as far as whose win is better, I don't think like the gap is that big. So then it becomes about their wins after that. And like, do you think the Lamont Peterson win for Errol Spence was better than what Pacquiao did against Jesse Vargas? Because listen, Lamont Peterson is a good fighter. I give him credit, but like, if you look at his last 5 fights or the fights that he was coming into that fight with Errol Spence, like, look at if you look at his 4 fights before he fought Errol Spence, he fought what's his name? He stopped Edgar Santana. Oh, all right, guy.
Yeah. Danny
Garcia. He lost to him via majority decision, and that was a controversial fight. I actually thought he won that fight, but he lost that fight. And really, that fight he would have won it if he didn't give away so many rounds in the first 3 or 4 rounds. He just kept moving around the ring laterally, and so he made it close. He made it closer than it had to be against Danny Garcia. Then he fought Felix Diaz, and the funny thing is, like, I actually thought he beat Felix. I thought he lost Felix Diaz, but he got the decision against Felix Diaz. So he had back-to-back majority decisions before in a row. One I thought he lost, but he won. And one that he won, but I actually thought he lost. But very controversial fights, both of them.
Yeah.
Then he boxed David Avanesyan, whose claim to fame was beating a 43-year-old Shane Mosley for a WBA trinket on the age, and he fought him on the Adrian Broner, Adrian Granado's undercard. Then he fought Errol Spence, and then he got stopped by Errol Spence, and then after he fought Errol Spence, he got stopped by Sergey Lipinin. So Lamont Peterson, to me, that's not a better win than Jesse Vargas. That's not a better win than Jesse Vargas. When we look at Pacquiao, I got so many tabs open on this damn computer. When we look at Pacquiao, I don't know, man. I think he's the number 1 welterweight in the world. But if you're saying that Spence has a better resume than him, then you gotta say Spence is the number 1 welterweight in the world because he's the unified champion and he has a better resume. So why wouldn't you say he's the number 1 welterweight in the world?
Then who?
Pacquiao.
I explained it why. I'm a big advocate for experience. Nobody has better experience. Nobody can do what Pacquiao's been through.
Yeah, but they haven't fought each other yet. So you got to go on resumes, and you got to go on.
Look. If you want to go, if you really want to look at, you're talking about his last fights, but the resume.
You can't sit here and say, "Oh yeah, he beat Eric Morales in 2002." That wasn't at welterweight. It wasn't at welterweight. You can't sit here.
I'm still gonna take him. His experience throughout his career is a big plus to him, and I will always give the edge to the boxer that has that. This
is how he is with all sports. This is how he is with all sports. I'm gonna give you guys an example of how he is. Okay, so like my favorite basketball team, diehard Charlotte Hornets fan. Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets. They got 2 back-to-back dramatic wins, buzzer beaters. They beat the Sixers. No, the Sixers. Pistons one night and then the Knicks one night. Hold on, don't cut me off. Let me finish my point. So the Hornets are in rebuild mode. We just got rid of Kemba Walker. The all-time leading scorer in franchise history. Yeah. We're in rebuild mode, and every time we watch the game, you know what he says when he sees a good veteran of the other team that's like 33 years old who plays the same position as all the young guys on the team? Oh, you guys should have signed him. He would have helped you out.
I'm saying
it doesn't know. We're not trying to win. We're trying to develop. We're not trying to win. And this is how he is in sports. He always favors the old guy. He always favors. It never ends. So
I like this point. This guy,
my rant is over.
Gerald Francis Furo says. He says he's still the #1 at welterweight. If Crawford or Spence has any problem with that, grow their cojones and fight Pacquiao. Grow their balls.
That was the first comment.
Yeah.
That was the first comment we read.
Yeah, I like that. But I still like that. I mean, that's big. I like that.
My man, Main Event Boxing Talk says that. He says, true school. Brooke was shot when he fought Errol Spence. See? I told you they're going to say that. I told you they were going to say that.
He said that. He told me that.
I told you they were going to say that.
Yeah, he told me that. He said.
I thought it was a good one, though.
I mean, it is what it is. I just stick to my guns on who I say. He's got. I think who you actually think is the best out of all three fighters we just talked about.
Most people are
Forget
saying
about most people. I'm talking about BT says. What does BT says?
Pacquiao.
There you go.
No doubt about it, Pacquiao.
Because
like, okay, if you look at, first of all, with Errol Spence, right?
Yeah.
His style is tailor-made for Manny Pacquiao. Let's get that straight. He fought Keith Thurman, one of the smartest fighters in the division. Like, and I truly believe that to the core of my bones. Like, I believe that Keith Thurman is one of the smartest fighters in the division, and he outsmarted one of the smartest fighters in the division when they fought. That's why he was able to score the knockdown in the first round. That's why he was able to score the body shot, crafty liver shot to the body in the 9th or 10th round. You know, so that, for me, that win goes a long way. With Errol Spence, like, I don't know, man. Like, the Sean Porter fight was good, but I think without the knockdown though, you might be able to get at the Porter. I mean, yeah. I scored it pretty wide for Spence when I went ahead and watched it, but I know on a lot of scorecards, if he doesn't get that knockdown, that maybe that's a Porter. Maybe that's a Porter win.
But let's not I always tell my son, what I like about Crawford, I don't want to discredit him either, is that he's the live dog in that ring. You come in, you go ahead and try to dog out Nebraska's son, and he comes in and fight, and he will whoop a new, you know what, to the next fighter, to the next opponent. And that's what I always respected about Crawford, and I'm a big fan of Crawford too. I'm not trying, he's my big, but I like, he's got the dog in him. He's got the dog in him. And until somebody's proves me different, look what he did in the Horns fight. Tore his butt up. You know what I mean?
Terry Johnson says this, and he said, and you know what, my man Terry Johnson, he's not having it in the chat. He's typing in all caps. He's letting you guys know. He's yelling. He's virtually yelling at your asses. And he said, when Crawford stops hiding behind Bob Arum and fighting elite fighters, then you can mention him.
Right, but I mean, Crawford wants to fight.
He's hiding behind
nobody
wants
to. No, I understand what you're saying. You're not hearing it from his mouth when somebody who wants to fight next. Why isn't he fighting the big belts? So I get what you're saying. I respect what you're saying, but at the same time, what I've seen from Crawford is when he gets in that ring, and people jump. Yeah, he's got the dog in him.
People are gonna say, well, it's easy to have the dog in you. You're fighting washed up Amir Khan, and you're not fighting nobody.
Okay, so I agree with you on that. He needs to call out the fighters he wants to fight. Period. And I have to agree with that. You're right.
Let me see what else we got. Let's get some more comments.
Yeah.
My man. Oh, I wanted to give him a shout out. Shout out to Jasper Ram, man. My boy Jasper Ram out there in Birmingham. Shout out to Jasper in the comments. Let's see. What else we got? We got Daniel Vasquez. He says Pacquiao fought everyone in this generation, and he never ducked an opponent.
Respect. Put that respect behind that.
Put some respect on his name.
That's what I'm talking
Shout
about.
out to Birdman. Francisco C. Jr. says, why no talk of Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2? You want to see, first of all, let me ask you, do you want to see Pacquiao versus Mayweather 2?
You know what?
He hated that fight. That's why I'm asking him.
I'm going to tell you right now. Through the years, I've learned to respect the money man, Floyd. But honestly,
because of Canelo,
I will never fucking pay $100 again to watch this bullshit and then watch Mayweather call the shots that he didn't allow something for Pacquiao. I forgot. He didn't allow a cortisone shot for the shoulder.
He got a temporary use exemption.
Or this and that. So you know what? Until if it ever happens in a video game, whatever, until Floyd
talk to him,
grabs his pants,
grab him, Floyd,
and moves out of his comfort home, Nevada, the crooked commission, then I will respect him.
But what about the argument people say like, well, you know, in the first part of Floyd's career, he was the B side in a lot of fights, and he actually earned his way out of the position. Like when he, for example, when he fought De La Hoya, right? Because when he fought De La Hoya, De La Hoya was like what Canelo is now. De La Hoya was then. Right. Okay, he fought De La Hoya, and he beat him. He beat the guy who was a cash cow boxing, so that put him in the driver's seat of boxing. So many people will argue that he actually earned his right to that.
Okay. What I'm saying
what
is,
do you think? What do you think?
What I'm saying with Floyd that I don't want to get back to this about Floyd. It's not about Floyd. I gained respect. All I'm saying is.
But why? Why did you gain respect for Floyd?
Pacquiao. Well, after watching the Canelo and Kovalev fight, I'm definitely gonna respect Floyd. Why not? Floyd never faked that he's gonna fall, or his opponent didn't get paid off, or whatever the case may be, or whatever people's assumptions are.
Are you saying that Canelo versus Kovalev was fixed?
You got
it.
They
would never listen. Canelo and the Nevada State Athletic Commission would never do that.
And the only thing about Floyd is that he always. It's like anything else. When you want to get advantage of an opponent, you try to do it is a glove. Who's the other guy? The other fighter? He told him to change his gloves. The guy's been fighting forever. You know what I'm talking about. The boxer that Floyd was fighting. I forgot his name on YouTube.
Corley?
Yeah, Cooley.
I interviewed him, yeah.
Yeah, and
DeMarcus Corley.
And what did he do? Oh, I don't like those gloves. We need to change the gloves. Pacquiao, the big fight.
He did the same thing when he fought Maidana. If you watch the if you watch the 24/7, they got Floyd over there trying the gloves, and he's like he's doing this. He's like, oh hell no, hell no.
Then Pacquiao, when he supposedly had a shoulder injury, he requested. He followed the rules. He went through the whole thing. Say, can I get a shot? What did Floyd say? Oh no. Because you know why? Because that freaking left hand would have come out with a strength, and who knows what would have happened. But I will never. Will pay
$100
again
for
Floyd and a Pacquiao, and if it's more or less if it's in Nevada, forget about it.
Well, that's where you have everything wrong because now listen, I want to tell you guys, if they ever do a Floyd Pacquiao 2, which I'm praying to God every night they don't, but if they did, it's not going to be $100.
Yeah.
It's going to be $150.
I like what Manny Boxing said.
He said, Floyd sent me to sleep.
There you go.
Man, Nathan let them have it in the comments.
So, and that's the only thing. But I've gained through years. I have to accept the fact that boxing's the way it is. It's got its good and bad. It's got its corruption or whatever. But, you know, I have to give Floyd his respect. The only thing I always say about him that he never fought all the guys when they were in their prime, or when they fought in his home state. I mean, Las Vegas, whatever the case.
He's from Michigan.
I'm talking about when he fought in Nevada. He always came up with some kind of BS against the opponent.
No, really.
Knowing that he had the upper hand on that.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's 50-0. Whether I agree with it or not, it's written in stone. And like I said, I don't think I ever seen one of his fights where the opponent, like, literally just like, you know, I lost more respect. I don't even want to talk about Kovalev. I can't stand him no more. Because the honor in boxing is fucking gone. You know, I'm old school.
It's a business decision.
Get it. If you're a boxer.
He's got bills,
Okay. Nobody told him to get involved with sex or whatever.
I want to tell you what Virgil Hunter tells his fighters in the ring.
No, not Virgil.
Listen, I'm gonna tell him. Listen, he wants to go on about Kovalev did this and Kovalev did that, and I'm trying to tell my dad it's a business decision. That's why he threw the fight. That's why he did what he did. And
where's your honor?
Where's
your honor?
In my Virgil Hunter voice, you got a family. You got a family.
Hey man, Kovalev made so much money that he didn't have to do what he did. Point blank.
That's what it is. I want to get to some more comments because these guys people are chiming in, and I want to make sure I acknowledge as many people as possible.
Sure, go ahead.
My main man, Reino Villanueva. Let me sound it out and pronounce it correctly.
Villanueva.
Take into account Manny Pacquiao is 40 years old and past his prime, while Terrence Crawford and Spence are in their prime.
Amen. The same. I was trying to. Yeah.
Same thing.
Good facts right there. You talking about facts.
You talking facts. Seven Deuce wants to know: is Pac going for unification, and do you think he's ducking Errol Spence?
Pac-Man? I don't think so.
You don't think he's ducking Errol Spence?
No, I don't see that happening.
Oh, my question is:
as a matter of fact, Spence even said, God bless him, prior to he had the accident. One of the interviews, he was saying that He hopefully wants to fight Danny Garcia next, and then he wants Pacquiao. He even said it on one of the shows. So
Facts.
So I don't think no. But yeah, the question was, is Pacquiao avoiding Spence? I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you feel like it, PT? You feel like you got something?
No, he's not.
I don't think so.
My thing is this: how could you? First of all, he can't be avoiding him now because how can you avoid somebody who just got into a car accident? You can't avoid him now.
No,
but I'm saying,
but I'm saying that.
Even before that, listen. Even before that, and this is how I see it. I think Manny Pacquiao is actually doing all the things in order to fight Errol Spence. Because you gotta understand something. Manny Pacquiao just signed with PBC.
Right.
Recently.
Yeah.
Right. So being that Al Heyman is a control freak and he wants to keep all the welterweight belts in house, and they want to freeze Crawford out.
Right.
He did what he's doing. What's needed to be done to position himself for an Errol Spence fight, and vice versa. Errol Spence is doing what he needs to do. More importantly, Errol Spence is doing what he needs to do to position himself for a Manny Pacquiao fight. He's fought at the Cowboy Stadium. He's building his profile up in Dallas. He's in big, meaningful, important fights, and he's a unified champion. So I don't think one fighter is ducking the other. But what I will say, because I made a video about this, all right. What I will say is this: Manny Pacquiao, okay. Fuck, I lost my train of thought.
You were saying that.
Oh, what I will say is this: Errol Spence Jr. style, and I made a video about this. Errol Spence Jr. style is tailor made for Manny Pacquiao. Tailor-made for Manny Pacquiao. Make the fight happen. If it does happen, it has a great chance of being just like when Manny Pacquiao fought Antonio Margarito, because Errol Spence is too slow-footed. He's a good pressure fighter, but he's not at that level of intelligence where he's gonna make Manny Pacquiao fight when he wants to fight. Manny Pacquiao's gonna fight when he wants to fight. He's gonna turn Errol Spence, and the left hand will be there all night down the pipe.
There you go. He said it. He doesn't say something.
I don't say it just to say it.
Just to say it.
Let's see. Floyd is not a boxer, and this is from Venomous 86. And by the way, guys, we're gonna move ahead along to some other news here in a second, but I want to get to some more comments. Venomous 86 says Floyd is a boxer, not a fighter. Manny was a born fighter who became a boxer. Facts. Wow. This is a man who came from third world poverty, from the slums, from the sticks. You know, he was so skinny he had to put rocks in his pants pockets just to make the weight when he was fighting.
And to this day, Pacquiao, what I like about him too, he's very humble. Always been humble, and always never forget where he came from.
Floyd's humble too.
Really?
Yeah.
We're going on freaking Instagram showing people how much millions and what he got. He's carrying like this.
I actually he's a nice guy though.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like literally.
I hear he's a nice guy behind the scenes.
You think so?
That's what I heard.
Okay, yeah. So
everyone that I know that's met him said he's nice.
I mean, he does take care of his fighters from what I hear. Also.
Too much, honestly.
Yeah.
Too much.
I'm not discrediting. I'm just saying like, you're telling me that he's got more humbleness than Pacquiao. I don't think so. A humble guy will leave his.
I didn't say he had more. I said he's nicer than you think he is.
Keep his stats where he's at. Everybody knows in the world. Everybody from the hood, from where he came from, know that he made it from the bottom all the way up. That's just sung by Drake.
Started from the bottom?
Started from the bottom.
It's one of like the 5 rap songs, you know?
Yeah. So what I'm getting at, so kudos to him, be an example. But you don't have to shower people and show people what you have. People already know what you have.
X.
Do something with that money. I'm not saying you're not doing it, but I just think
don't tell me he's got to do more.
Too much brash, or whatever the word is.
Well, you know what I say? You know what I say to that? I say to that I say this. I say nobody was out there running those miles for him or with him, and nobody was out there putting the rounds in the gym with him.
I said
so
that.
Guess what?
Look. He
should listen. I like him to be humble, but if he decides he wants to go on Instagram and he wants to flaunt $5 million, then you know what? Fair play to him. He ran those miles.
Yeah.
He went through the pain. He calloused his mind in the gym. So I ain't mad at him. Keep doing you, Floyd. All right. 92 Aku says, which Floyd fight is with pay-per-view?
You see what Jazz Rambo say? I agree with him. He fought a lot of fighters past the prime. What we say now?
92 Aku says, which Floyd fight is with pay-per-view? Probably his first fight that he had on pay-per-view. His first pay-per-view fight was with pay-per-view, and that was when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, and he fought Arturo Gatti.
Yeah, and I tell you what I like about when he was Pretty Boy, and we were talking about this, and there was one, I watched on social media, somebody asked me when was the year, I had an interview with Floyd, and the guy was asking him, when was the year that you actually came out with, you changed your name from Pretty Boy? But Pretty Boy was aggressive, was quick, I love that Pretty Boy.
Because he fought guys that were closer to his size, he could be that way.
In that weight class, right, yeah. So now, after that he changed to...
Money.
the money, doing. I mean, I don't take the Philly road. What's it called?
Philly show.
Yeah, shows. I got that. He became more defensive minded. Cause what's the saying? Is not be hit or be whatever the thing is. Don't get hit or be hit. Or what's that saying called?
The art of the game is to hit and not get hit.
So
there you go.
He actually altered his game to where his abilities don't have to always be the aggressor. Be smart in the ring.
Because he had to.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Stand in front of Canelo and trade with him?
No. so I'm getting at. So yeah.
But yeah, going back to Manny Pacquiao. So you want to see him fight?
I would have to agree with what you just told me.
Don't agree.
No.
You don't have to agree.
No,
with
I'm
me.
not agreeing with you. What I'm saying is I'm with you because because it makes a lot of sense what you're saying. You have a quicker, better shape, very active fighter in Showtime, Sean Porter, and then you got Pacquiao that even though he got all the miles, he's still active in the ring. So I think it would be an excellent fight because of the simple fact that Porter's always going to come at you, and I think Pacquiao could do the same thing. So it'd be a great fight, I think. And then from then on, whoever wins out of that, whatever the case may be, then bring on.
What's your favorite Manny Pacquiao fight?
Me?
Yeah. Do you have one?
I like.
Do you have one that sticks out?
Huh?
Do you have one that sticks out, Manny Pacquiao?
Not right off a hand. I know. Didn't he fight De La Hoya too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought De La Hoya. He fought what's the name?
Cotto. You listen. You should remember Cotto. I remember when I was 14 years old, and you and Uncle Patrick were arguing for like 2 months straight in Spanish. Cotto, y Pacquiao. For like 2 months, and you were going for Cotto.
Puerto Rican fighters in this
side. You were going for Cotto.
Yeah.
And me and Patrick were trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Was Patrick going for Cotto? What was Patrick going for?
I don't think he. I think he said Pacquiao would probably win this. I don't know.
I was. Yeah. I remember.
The whole family was going for Cotto.
Oh yeah, the whole family was going for Cotto, and I.
So you were the only one with Pacquiao.
I clearly told you.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao, 14-year-old BT,
yeah.
was telling him, Manny Pacquiao is going to fuck Cotto up. And that's exactly what he did.
I mean, we had all kinds of, the whole family was
we used to always, back when we lived
Puerto Rico,
in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, we used to always go watch the Cotto fights with our Puerto Rican family and stuff.
Oh, man, it would be big, too.
And I'm not going to lie to you, when I was a kid, I'm not going to lie to you, for some strange reason, I didn't like Cotto that much. Like, I remember when Cotto fought Claudio, I went for Claudio.
Wow.
I think just be different.
Yeah, well, that's BT. That's you sometimes.
Just be different.
He stand on what he believes, So yeah. So
and Claudio gave him a good fight. My favorite Pacquiao fight, I like when he fought Antonio Margarito. Oh, what a fight!
That was a bad.
What a fight!
Yeah.
They fought at Cowboy Stadium, which first of all, that made the scene
that.
so great. But then when you talk about Margarito's a freaking tree stump. He's a behemoth, and Pacquiao is just whooping his ass.
What?
All from pillar to post. Beating him like he stole something.
Yeah.
Beating him like he said something about his mama.
Yeah.
Straight up. So that probably be my favorite Pacquiao fight. But so you're going with Pacquiao being the number one welterweight. You're sticking with it. Pacquiao is the number one welterweight.
Yeah. I'm still going with it.
Because Jasper, my man, Jazz Rambo. Shout out to Jazz Rambo.
Yeah.
The artist formerly known as Jasper Ram, Jazz Rambo. He said earlier he doesn't understand why we could have Pacquiao number one at welterweight over like Spence. Or Crawford. I don't know who he said was number one, but he doesn't understand.
Listen, like my son told you like 10 minutes ago, I'm a firm believer. Pacquiao has a vast experience in the ring than more of these young fighters that are coming in. He's been put in every situation possible you think of.
I mean, he's
a plus. He's very active fighter. He's not a slow 40. He's not one just trying to get it back on the bike and just paddle it. He's out there trying to hang with them. So until that slows down or one of those tire wheels go flat, I am sticking with him. I base it on all the great fighters he's fought in the past to where he's at now. I don't care what weight class, but all that experience plays a big thing in big fights in my eyes.
For those of you wondering, just some fun facts, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just some fun facts about Manny Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
He turned pro in January of 1995. Okay, all right. Errol Spence turned pro in November of 2012. So we're talking about before Spence even boxed. Pacquiao had already had 17 years in the game. And in the case of Errol Terrence Crawford turned pro in March of 2008. So we're talking 13 years? 13 years before Crawford and 17 years before Spence, and he's still here, and he's still a top 3 welterweight at bare minimum.
And then wasn't he a lineal champ also in one weight class?
Couple of weight classes.
Yeah, a couple
Like
weight
3 or 4.
classes, and then he became undisputed in some of them too, didn't he? Has he become undisputed in one week? I'm sure he has. I can't think of our hand right now.
No.
My Alzheimer's right now. No.
He's been lineal on a bunch of them, but never undisputed.
Yeah, but he's fought some great fighters in the past, and all that experience for me is big things. I don't care who the kid is about. That's not taking nothing away from Crawford, because Crawford became undisputed in the weight class before he came to 147. He did his job. He came up to 147. I mean, he tore up Horn, who was talking a lot of junk about him, this and that. And he's going to continue. You can't discredit. He's still a champion. He still had some full belt on him. So guess what? You got to respect that and give him respect what he's doing.
You got to respect his cripping.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm joking. No, Jasper's yelling at me in the comments. He's saying, I didn't say that. I said I can see why you guys have Pac-Man as number 1. Well, then I guess I need to get thicker bifocals, and I'll be able to read it next time.
And I'm blind too. Thank you.
All right. David Palacio says, Errol Spence is the number 1 welterweight. Of course, Manny Pacquiao has a better career. He's been in the game longer. Well, I'm going to say this, David. I don't know how long you've been in this live, but even if Errol Spence, if you just go on the last 5 fights, right?
Yeah.
Errol Spence's resume, even just based off the last 5 fights, if it is better than Manny Pacquiao, it's like this much better than Manny Pacquiao.
Like that.
And because it's only this much better than Manny Pacquiao's, I got to give it to Pacquiao. Because of the fact, because of the history, because of what he's doing at his age, you got to put on number 1. You got to.
But I mean, you're entitled to your opinions, and the future will tell who is who and who is what, because eventually all these big dogs gonna meet each other.
That's right. Jairo Galvez, and this will be the last Manny Pacquiao thing we'll go on. Okay. We're gonna switch gears here. Jairo Galvez asked, Manny Pacquiao didn't beat Jeff Horn, but the division. Wait, hold on. Manny Pacquiao didn't beat Jeff Horn, but Terrence did. So what does that mean? Terrence better? Do you think Jeff Horn is better?
No. If you can go back and watch that fight, the first the Horn and Pacquiao fight, and tell me that Pacquiao didn't win, and look around on a lot of people, then we can talk about it. But I don't know what fight you were watching.
A lot of people thought Jeff Horn beat Manny Pacquiao. They said he was too big and too strong for him.
No.
Like Carl Froch is for GGG.
No, please. I mean, Carl Froch's been already retired. He's still talking about some fantasy.
We're gonna get that in a
at the end of the day, no, you can't just say because Crawford just beat. I mean, I give Crawford that he beat the crap out of Horn, and he also became, like I say, you gotta also put in his resume that prior to that he was undisputed on the low weights. So I'll give that to Crawford, but I'm not gonna take a legend like Pacquiao based on all the fights he's fought, and that fight right there, I'm gonna say it again, Pacquiao did not lose that fight. Simple as that. There's a lot of fights that we see in boxing like that we still have a lot of arguments about. It was just like we watched the patty cake fight with Kovalov and
the patty cake. We're gonna call the Canelo Alvarez versus Cola. We're gonna call it the patty cake fight.
Yeah,
the patty cake fight.
What kind of shit is this? This, both are fools. But I mean, so
the patty cake.
You can't. Fight. So I'm not. Like I said, I respect Crawford.
Yeah.
But I'm still giving the edge to Pac. Pac has done more for boxing. It's been around longer. Still going on. And until they fight, I'm gonna stick with the Pac-Man.
There you go. David Palacios or Venomous 86 says that Prime Pacquiao tears up the division right now. Would tear up the division, but right now most welterweight fights are 50-50 fights. I agree. David Palacios asked, "Do you think Manny Pacquiao can beat Errol Spence?" Yeah, I made a video about it. I made a video where I said that not only do I think he could beat Errol Spence, I think Errol Spence's style, the way he fights, is tailor made for Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
I think Manny Pacquiao will have his way with Errol Spence and have his way soundly. Might even be a lesser version of the Margarito fight. Wow. So there you have it. But we're going to switch gears here on True School Sports. But before we switch gears here on True School Sports and talk about something else besides Manny Pacquiao, for those 17 of you that are here, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you smash that like button, because that'll help let YouTube know that you're rocking with your boy BT and True School Sports. And then you like what we're putting out there. So if you like what we're putting out there, it's free. It's of no charge. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you want to support the channel, hit that super chat button and do what you got to do. All right, so we're going to move on to some other topics in boxing. We're going to talk about a couple things. So switching gears from Manny Pacquiao. All right, Dad. So Nordine Bali, the WBC bantamweight champion, fresh off of his win against Takuma Inoue.
Yeah.
He beat Naoya Inouye's little brother. He has called out Naoya Inoue, and he wants a fight in 2020. He wants a unification fight in 2020. So What I want to ask you, Dad, is this. First of all, what do you make of Ubali calling out Inoue and what and like yeah, what do you make of it? What do you make of it?
I mean, I get it. I mean, he just beat his brother. Abwali looks like a very strong fighter, smart fighter, and he showed me a lot with that fight with his little brother. But honestly, I don't think he's ready for Inoue, the monster.
Why do you say that? Why do you think he's not ready for the monster?
I just think Inoue is a beast in that ring. I mean, Abwali could go in there and do the same thing that, no disrespect to Donaire, because he's a great warrior and he earns a future Hall of Famer. But he busted him up with the eye, and he could come in, and he hurt him. And Abwali got that power to do the same thing. But I just think, again, Inoue's been in a lot of bigger fights than Ubali. The World Boxing Series is a big example.
Ubali has a deep amateur pedigree, though. He's did a lot of amateurs, and he's starting to rack up some good ones in the pros. He beat I'm gonna answer. He beat Rashid Warren. Okay. Chase Athletics. He beat Rashid Warren. He boxed Inoue's little brother, who's pretty skilled.
Yeah, and you know how I feel about amateur fight. Why you gonna think about that crap? But I mean,
why is it crap?
I don't.
Why is
I don't judge
crap?
a boxer. I don't judge a boxer on his amateur because I was in the amateurs. Okay, he got the experience to build up his skills and whatever. So I give every boxer that in the amateurs. But you're not gonna tell me that what you did 10 years ago is gonna make a difference when you get back to getting in the ring. The only thing you're gonna have is your skills build up and this and that. And a fighter like Inoue, he's too smart for him. He's gonna outbox him and he will beat him. Now you're gonna say the amateurs or whatever you're gonna say.
Yeah, it matters.
No, to me personally, the amateurs only build skill and that's it. But I'm not gonna.
Let's do this. I'm
not gonna compare somebody.
Name me five great. Listen, no. Name me 5 great fighters. Any era. Name me 5 great fighters.
Ali.
Okay. Gold medalist.
Marciano.
Okay, he turned. Okay, that's one guy who didn't have a lot of amateur background.
I like Hagler.
Okay, he didn't have a crazy amateur background.
Ray Leonard.
1976 gold medalist.
I like. I'm gonna take Bazooka from Puerto Rico.
Okay. Most fighters you just name all have crazy amateur backgrounds.
Fine, but I don't. It's like this. You're going to a job with me, right? And I'm gonna ask you your experience, right? Mm-hmm. The experience is gonna tell you what you built your skills on, and what you've done to get to the level you are now. But I'm not gonna use all that to justify how you're gonna do today. Okay. And that's how I justify amateurs. Amateurs just take for example Lomachenko. Lomachenko fought, I don't know, whatever how many things people say.
390.
He did this and that. That's great. If you look at Lomachenko point blank, look at Lomachenko his skill set he got. Okay. Where the most of those built up before he came out? It came from the amateurs. So skill wise and boxing skills, it's fine for them. But I'm not gonna judge. I'm not going to judge a fighter on just what he did in amateurs, because what you did yesterday doesn't mean nothing today.
Okay, so if they don't have any amateur experience, and they come to the pros, and they get fucked up early in their career, what do you say about that?
But you're not understanding me. I'm telling you that I'm going to give the boxers credit based on the skills they built
in the pros.
But I'm not going to.
So you give.
I'm not going to say.
So you give.
I'm not going to say.
So do you give Canelo the credit for the skills he built up in the pros, because he didn't have a crazy amateur career. He turned pro at 15 fighting grown men. So does he get credit? Do the Mexican fighters who didn't have crazy amateur background?
Listen, I ain't giving Canelo no credit after what happened in the last fight. Okay, I'm not giving no freaking credit on him. His credibility with me went down the drain just like Kovalov's. Point blank. Okay, I don't respect that.
All right, well, going back to Ubali versus Inoue.
So I'm going to tell you.
It's a unification fight.
Okay.
And it's a fight that could be easily made because Top Rank and Bob Arum, they have a relationship with MTK Global.
Okay.
Who, that's who Ubali signed to.
Okay.
So, is this a fight that you think, like, could this be one of Inoue's first fights under ESPN? What do you think?
It could be.
Because, I mean, I think it's one of potentially 4 fights.
Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, Inoue's a monster. I mean, this guy rocked him. I rocked his brother and this and that, and he's tough. But I'm gonna say again, I'm not basing it on what happened yesterday. I have to base it on what I see now. And I think Inoue, the level that he's at right now, he's in his prime. He's a smart boxer. He's got excellent skills. I think he will beat
Ubali.
even if he beats him down. Yeah.
Well, that's one of four. I think Inoue has 4 potential fights for next year. I think for that ESPN deal, his first fight will be any one of these 4 guys. He's either gonna get a unification fight with Ubali.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get a unification fight with Zolani Tete.
I like Tete too.
Or actually, it's 5 fights. So Ubali, Tete, maybe Joshua Greer, because he's at the weight class and he's an American. So if he fights here in America, expect Joshua Greer. Or he either those 3 fights at 118, or he moves up to 122 and he fights either Emmanuel Navarrete, or even better, even bigger, maybe he fights the winner of Shakur Stevenson versus Josh Warrington.
Ooh, now you're talking. Now you're talking. I mean, I like what's his name, Navarrete.
Navarrete, yeah.
Navarrete, I love him.
Comes a fight.
Yeah, he comes to fight. He's not playing. He ain't taking no prisoners, and he's all action. And he's a very aggressive fighter. And I know he's gonna have to adapt to that. But any of those fights you just mentioned, they'd be good fights.
Is there one that sticks out that you really want to see?
I would love to see him fight Navarrete. What's his name?
Navarrete, yeah.
Him. But if the Shakur Stevenson and the Josh Warrington, either of those fighters, I won't take them out. I won't discredit them because Josh Warrington has always been an underdog in a lot of his fights.
Probably the underdog in that one. Probably the underdog in that one.
And every fight he's gone through since he beat Lee Selby, he's beaten the ass of the opponents. And he's called out. He's called shot. Good night. Take it easy. Thank you so much. Shakur Stevenson. And I think that'll be great fights. And Shakur Stevenson's coming up to him, and he's going to be big and strong too. So any of those fighters will be great fights. But I would like to see Navarrete and
Inoue.
Yeah.
All right, getting to some comments. All right. Hiro Gawa says, "Who was the one to unify all 4 belts in the welterweight? Floyd didn't even though he didn't try. Who? Zab Judah, if I'm not mistaken, he was the undisputed welterweight champion. Yeah, for a very short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Zab Judah, I believe. Chase Athletics with a non-boxing comment. He says, Yannick Bolasie should have stayed at Everton. He didn't get a fair shot. Listen, Yannick Bolasie was fucking trash.
He just get you going.
He's fucking trash. I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying to cut down on my cursing.
Yeah.
But like Yannick Bolasie, we got him from Crystal Palace. He was Lukaku's friend. He got injured. He was never the same, and he was pretty much a waste on the wing. So I wouldn't say he didn't get a fair shot at Everton. He was too injured for most of his Everton career to get a shot on Everton.
How many years did he stay with Everton?
Maybe 2 seasons.
Okay, so it wasn't that.
Bolasie was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. So I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. David Palacios disagrees with you. He says your amateur background does matter. It's called experience.
Okay, you can call it whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna judge a boxer from his wonderful 100 and thousands, whatever amateur fights, and 130 and 34 losses, or whatever the case. Oh, he's gonna be great. Like I say,
most of the time,
basically, you're indirectly saying what I'm saying. The boxer is gonna be gaining skills from boxing to be a better boxer. So when he gets in the ring, but I'm not going to judge him based on his amateur. The first thing you hear from people when they talk about boxing, well, his amateur.
Because it matters. I don't understand why you don't.
I do not agree with that.
It does. It matters.
Well, I don't agree with that.
Riddick Bowe. We're gonna name fighters. Riddick Bowe.
Okay.
Riddick Bowe.
Yeah.
Do you know what the amateur background is?
What was it?
1988 U.S. Olympic silver medalist, 4-time New York City National Golden Gloves champion.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know where Riddick Bowe came from? Brooklyn.
Okay.
He came one of the toughest. So he got it in him. He could tear somebody out. And I'm not gonna.
Okay, Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield.
You just want me to say yes.
Evander Holyfield. Okay. 1984 gold medalist. Pernell Whitaker. 1984 gold medalist.
Okay. They have skills.
I don't understand. Why this is so hard for you to get. Because if you want to be more well balanced.
But we're gonna talk about boxers. I hate the first thing people come out of their mouth. Well, they're
amateur. It matters.
Well, they're amateur. No, forget the amateur. See what they're doing to professionals. Whatever they think, that's fine. They gain experience, they gain skills to come up and fight at the professional level. But I'm not gonna judge it on that. I'm not gonna judge. It's me. I'm not gonna judge it on amateur fighting. I'm not. They gain experience, yes. They gain boxing skills to get in the ring with the big dogs in professional boxing.
Just do me a favor. When you get a chance, go look at the top 100 fighters in history of boxing, and go and come back to me and tell me how many of them were medalists in the Olympics.
Okay, that's fine.
That matters. I'm not listening. If you wanted to be, listen, if you wanted to be in the middle and be more well balanced and say, listen, it's important, but it doesn't mean anything, and you give 10 examples of guys that were just shitty in the pros, because for every Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield, there's about, I would say, actually no, that's not true. For every great amateur fighter, so if there's 3 great amateur fighters, there's one guy who was a great amateur who sucked in the pros.
Yeah.
It's like a 1-3 ratio, I would say.
Good.
Okay. She's like, so for every Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield, you have an Audley Harrison. Okay, you have those
I understand that, but I'm gonna go back to what I say. I can't. If you're going to come for a job with me and you got skills and you got experience, that's
all right.
Let's
just stop. Okay. We're gonna talk in circles,
Okay.
and you're gonna keep talking about and say, "Oh, amateur doesn't matter." It does matter, and the sooner you realize that, the easier it'll be for you to understand. Hopefully you understand it at some point. Let's see. Man, Jairo Galvez says, "What do you think of Kenshiro versus Felix Alvarado?" That's a great fight, man. That is a fight that I actually have to make a video about soon because, listen, Kenshiro right now he's one of the best boxers in the world. He's very underrated. Nobody's talking about him right now. But this fight, Alvarado, Alvarado's a tough guy from Nicaragua, from Managua, Nicaragua. Home of Romo Gonzalez, and I think this will be Kenshiro's toughest fight to date. But I think Kenshiro is a special fighter. I think he's someone that we gotta look at and look at him as potentially a guy that you can put on the pound-for-pound list. So I'm going with Kenshiro. I think Kenshiro will get Alvarado out of there, probably stop him. Let's see, who else we got? My man Mitch Gibson says, Jarrell Miller versus Joe Joyce. The big baby versus the big juggernaut.
I got in that fight. I like Jarrell, but until Joe Joyce proves me wrong, I'm taking Joe Joyce.
Yeah, I'd probably lean with Joe Joyce. Jarrell don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. Jairo Galvez asked a non-boxing related question. You know what? F it. If you got any non-boxing related questions, you can ask those too. We're here. We're live. He says, why did Real Madrid get Eden Hazard to replace Ronaldo? How can Real Madrid be great again? Okay, well, it's a good question. First of all, they got Hazard because Hazard is one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. That's why they got Hazard. I haven't really had a chance to watch him much at Real Madrid this year, so I can't really comment much about how he's playing or isn't playing at Madrid. But I think they need to keep Hazard, and they need to slowly they need to build a new identity post Ronaldo. They have too many players in there who I think have reached their cap with Madrid. As good as Bale and Marcelo and all these guys are, I think Madrid needs to build a new identity. They need to go get like a guy like Harry Kane. Start there. Get Harry Kane. He can be a number 9 with Hazard, and that's a good question. I'll get back to you on that one, Jairo, on the live. I'll think about that one. Mitch Gibson asks, what is your Ruiz versus AJ prediction?
I got AJ on this one.
Got AJ?
I got AJ. I think AJ's gonna come back and prove everybody wrong. I'm not taking that from Ruiz. He's living the dream and he's done a lot. But I just think AJ's gonna want it more.
Andy is going to be AJ again. I agree. I got Andy myself. Andy, listen, they say in boxing, when you win a world title, you become about 20% better. I believe he'll be about 20% better.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I like I know you can't always go by this kind of stuff like sparring, but I like the sparring that he's getting Ruiz, because I just saw today Andy Ruiz's sparring partners. He's sparring Michael Hunter, he's sparring Charles Martin, he's sparring Gerald Washington, and some other guy who his name I can't remember right now. Mm-hmm. As opposed to AJ, who's sparring Myron Moten, that one German guy, Andrew Tabiti,
yeah,
and Tom Little, and I believe might have sparred Chisora too, but. I don't know. I just think AJ style is all on for Andy Ruiz's style is all wrong for AJ. It's one of those things in boxing where I believe somebody just had your number. But listen, I want AJ to win. I hope AJ wins. I'll be rooting for AJ. I like AJ. I'm an AJ fan, but I'm gonna go with Andy. Mitch Gibson asks, "Are you a Hornets or a Heat fan?" Listen. If you know me, this is not a question. I'm a Hornets fan. I'm a diehard. Unfortunately, I'm a diehard Hornets fan. So I've been a Hornets fan my whole life, and I'll be a Hornets fan till the day I die. And I watched literally like I watch almost every Hornets game. So I'm a big time Hornets fan. The Miami Heat, are the only team in South Florida who I legitimately cannot stand.
Yeah.
I love my Marlins. I love the Florida Panthers. I can tolerate the Dolphins. The Dolphins are my second favorite team in the NFL, but I cannot stand the Miami Heat. After Miami Heat, it's Buzz City all day. Balassi was injured. Definitely a bag of tricks at Palace with Zaha and Saka. Definitely a hit. If Everton paid big money for him, $30 million if not mistaken. We did pay big money for him, and he's one of the many mediocre signings we made in that 2-year period that have set the club back. You know, guys overpaying guys like Balassi, guys like Theo Walcott, guys like Davy Klassen, people like that, Morgan Schneiderlin, all these rejects from other clubs that come to Everton and don't amount to anything. You know, listen, I will give you that. He was a good player at Crystal Palace, Yannick Bolasie. He was very skillful down the wing. He was fun to watch. He was definitely someone who was worth watching. But at Everton, after the injury, he was never the same. And he was injured for the majority of his Everton tenure. So that's what it is. We got a bit off track. We actually got to get some more boxing news. So in other boxing news, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Sylvester Stallone offered, according to Tyson Fury, Sylvester Stallone offered Tyson Fury a movie role, not in Rocky or not in Creed, but he offered Tyson Fury a movie role in an action film playing a villain. So what do you make of that? Tyson Fury getting a movie role from Sylvester Stallone.
I mean, he was living the British dream in the United Kingdom, but now he's living the dream here in America, and they love him a lot. And I guess he catches a lot of money. He attracts people to him. So I mean, so be it for him. But honestly, how much more things can he do? He's got to maintain one thing to another. Then you got the Bronze Bomber saying that if there's a Creed 3, he wants to be a part of it.
That's right.
What do you guys think?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Who would want to be part of Creed 3?
Yeah. So I mean, Bomber's trying to do his
acting. I think it's awesome. Awesome.
He's on wrestling. He's been on wrestling.
He put out a book. He fought for the heavyweight title.
He's trying to do UFC, but what's his name? Dana White's not going for it. I don't know why. He's afraid. Dana White's not going with it. He thinks all that elbowing and all that's not going to help you when they take you down and beat you on the ground.
Yeah, so
yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, kudos to Tyson Fury. I'm pretty sure he's more well known in a household name than Wilder is in the United States to this day.
To this day.
To this day. I mean, but then Wilder's also trying. He wants to get into acting. He got his own things too. So yeah. And he's not trying to fight for as long as Gypsy King been fighting. I think he wants to fight for another 6 years or something like that.
Absolutely. Oh, I know. Me and you were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
You said that Devin Haney and Eddie Hearn are calling out Ryan Garcia for a fight in 2020. So yeah, Devin Haney. For those of you who don't know, Devin Haney and Eddie Hearn are trying to put pressure on Ryan Garcia to make a somewhat of a super fight between these two young Americans at that weight class. What do you make of it?
It's a joke.
Why is it a joke?
I mean, Haney would destroy Ryan Garcia, and the fight that fans really want to see, they don't want to see an Instagram star. They want to see somebody.
Ryan Garcia?
Lomachenko.
Yo,
and Haney fight would be a lot better than the Garcia fight.
You know Ryan Garcia had a good amateur background?
Please get into that. And talking about that, I did a little research on Rolly, and you're a big fan of Rolly. And I've learned to understand. I would take Rolly over Garcia.
You would?
Yes, I would. He's more powerful. He's got power punches, a lot powerful than what Garcia throws. So I would take that. But yeah, I would see Haney fight Lomachenko.
Personally, I wouldn't mind Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia fighting in 2020.
Seriously?
I wouldn't mind it.
What would we think about that?
I think Devin Haney would beat the brakes off of him, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it happening because
make the big fights.
I mean Ryan Garcia's out here posturing
So you basically want to
as this big man like when he beat Romero Duno.
You're basically saying to humble him.
Not even just that. Like I just feel like in America, we need to get to a place in America where like as prospects, these guys aren't afraid to put their O's on the line. Like for example, in the UK, and this is why I respect how UK boxing is as opposed to America. If you look at like back in the day, what's his name? James DeGale fought.
Yeah.
Who did he fight? He fought Billy Joe.
I don't know.
I think it was Billy Joe.
Okay.
I can't remember who it was. James DeGale fought. No, Groves. James DeGale fought George Groves. James DeGale. So early on when they were prospects, James DeGale fought George Groves. Right. James DeGale was the Olympic gold medalist. Had all the amateur experience.
Right.
Groves didn't have the amateur experience, but was a promising professional himself.
Right.
And they put their records on the line like before. Like they had like 13, 14 fights. You know? And they don't get condemned for it over there. You know, same thing last year. My main man Isaac Chamberlain. Isaac Chamberlain put his O on the line against Okolie. They both are doing this with less than 10 fights.
Wow.
And I feel like in America, it would be great if we got to see some of these prospects do it
Test
early in their career, because a lot of times these guys are just businessmen. They're just businessmen, and I feel like listen. I understand the fight game is a business, so move accordingly, but it is still a sport, and you should behave like athletes. And you should. I'm sick of hearing a young fighter say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna build it up to pay-per-view."
Yeah.
Like nobody knows who you are. Like
yeah. Like I said, I like to see Haney fight. Me personally, if it happens to Garcia, so be it. But I would like to see him fight Lomachenko or even Fimo.
Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see.
Yeah. That's what I like to see. I mean, Comey. I like Comey too.
Okay. Marcos Maidana. Speaking of Marcos Maidana, the last we heard of Marcos Maidana, he was talking about coming back to the welterweight division. He apparently had a deal in place with PBC to sign a deal with them. We didn't hear anything because he pulled out of that deal because financially some things broke down earlier this year. But he's back with a vengeance. Yeah. And Marcos, it was reported by boxing.com that Marcos Maidana is going to have a return fight, a farewell fight, if you will.
Yeah.
And that he's going to fight at cruiserweight.
It's crazy.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
He started off at welterweight. He's going to go all the way up to cruiserweight.
Is that because of his weight, you think?
Because he's been eating good. He's been enjoying the Floyd Mayweather checks.
And who's he fighting?
He's fighting former kickboxing champion, Jorge Arcero Cali.
And he hasn't fought since 2014 with his last fight was with Mayweather.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So it says, So, I mean...
So he's going to fight a former kickboxing world champion?
I wouldn't even put my money in
a 6-rounder?
Every time he says something, he goes, you don't know why he
Listen, if that fight happens, I hope it's on TV. I'll go live for that one.
Yeah.
I'll go live for that one. I want to see Marcos Maidana at cruiserweight.
Yeah.
He's lucky that they're not dedicated. The boxing world is lucky that he's not going to dedicate himself, because if he came back, he want all the smoke at cruiserweight.
All of it.
So yeah, if you guys haven't heard, Marcos Maidana will be fighting at cruiserweight against a former kickboxing world champion. So make of that what you will. Also, and I wanted to talk to you about this because I just put out a video about this, and people were going crazy in the comments.
Right.
And so Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing, they seem to be in a bit of trouble at the moment, because they initially had a fight scheduled for December the 20th in Las Vegas between Daniel Jacobs and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. decided that he didn't want to provide any urine samples to VADA, which so then he got suspended by the Nevada Commission.
No, he's an embarrassment.
And then instead of replacing him straight away, they said, you know what, we'll just have the fight in Arizona. Which apparently is in direct violation of the Muhammad Ali Act.
Wow.
So now they seem to be in trouble. What do you make of the whole Hearn, Matchroom, Chavez, Jacobs situation?
I don't really care for that fight, to be honest with you, at all. And Chavez, he's put a very embarrassing reflection of his father's last name, Chavez, the great Mexican fighter, and he never seems to get his life in focus to fight with boxing. He's always got some type of controversy or something behind it. To me, I've lost all respect for him. When your father tells you, listen, I'm not even going to come to you, Jim. I'm going to stop even trying to be around you if you don't get yourself together. And then he comes out and says, I'm ready for this fight with Jacobs. I'm doing everything right. I've done this and that. And then all this other stuff comes behind it. I think on his part, he's not responsible not only to his fans, but to the sport of boxing. And as far as Eddie Hearns, sometimes you got all that power and money, and you think that a lot of times that money that you have is going to take you over the hump. You can't always get over on that, So whatever happens there, if he did violate the Muhammad Ali Act, then so be it. He knows he's been around boxing long enough to know the difference.
I wouldn't go that far actually, because Muhammad Ali Act is an American law. It's not a UK law.
Oh, okay. So technically, the law will be on his side over there. But when he comes to the U.S., other laws in the U.S.
No, I'm sure it's not like the same. But what's gonna happen is look.
Yeah.
I think that the way this plays out is that he gets a slap on the wrist. I'm talking about not Jacobs. Hearn, Chavez Jr. And eventually, he probably slides Bob Bennett a couple dollars here and there.
Wow.
And it'll all be good. It'll all be good.
A happy place again.
Yeah. Now, God forbid this. Now, I'll tell you this. That fight's gonna go on. Hopefully, they do the right thing and they replace Chavez. But God forbid Chavez Jr. win that fight. If Chavez Jr. wins that fight,
it'd be more controversial.
No, I'm telling you what's gonna happen. If he wins that fight, he getting that Canelo rematch. He's getting that Canelo rematch. If he wins that fight, because look, you gotta think about it, right? You gotta think ahead. Oh, and big shout out to my main man, Boxing Now in the comments. Yo, Boxing Now, my man, Boxing Now, he's got a freaking verified checkbook now. He's big time out here.
Yeah, he ain't messing around.
Shout out to Boxing Now.
Welcome to the channel.
You gotta think about it like this. Canelo Alvarez, one of his best wins.
Mexican thing will be a big thing.
One of his best wins recently was against Daniel Jacobs. So Chavez Jr. Let's say Chavez Jr. stops Daniel Jacobs. Let's say that. Let's say he stops him any round.
Okay.
Then he can say, I beat Jacobs better than Canelo. I deserve a Canelo fight. And then Eddie Hearn in Matchroom and DAZN, they're gonna say, yeah.
Mexico.
And then they're gonna make the fight happen on Cinco de Mayo. I'm telling you right now, if Chavez wins this fight against Jacobs, this is going to be a rematch on Cinco de Mayo.
Do you think that...
Take it to the bank.
You think it's going to... First of all, do you think the fight... Do you think it's going to actually go through in Arizona? Because it's not happening in Nevada. We know that already, right? So, you think this fight's actually going to happen?
Yes,
One?
I think it's going to happen.
You think so?
I think it's going to happen,
And
yeah.
two, do you think that Jacob's going to
Tickets
fold?
already went on sale.
But you think that Jacob's going to fold? And just, cash it in? And say, okay, so it's a big fight? Because Jacob's been adamant about this since he started fighting. Every time there's something, I don't get the big fights. And he did get the big fight, right?
You know what it is? Listen, I respect Dan Jacobs. He's a classy gentleman, a testament to boxing. I love his story.
Right.
But as it pertains to in the ring,
yeah,
in big fights, I can't stand him in big fights.
Tell me what.
Because every time he fights in a big fight, I don't care what we're talking about Triple G.
Yeah.
I damn sure don't care what we're talking about Canelo. He always leaves so much to be desired.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like to me. Cause look, when you fight in a world championship fight,
but
you have to go in there and you have to fight. You have to have a warrior's mentality, and you got to go in there to dog your opponent out. And you know what? Jacobs does the fight. You know what he does? Jacob says, "I thought I won the fight."
Hey, but isn't boxing an art? So he goes in there. He just boxes.
No.
It just.
Canelo made a miss like 7 times in a row. He made a miss 4 or 5 punch combinations in the center of the ring.
Yeah. So that. So yeah. So I mean,
look. I like him. I respect him. But like, I'm just
Are you taking him over Chavez?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't even know. That's how horrible he is in big fights.
Yeah. You do get disappointed because you expect more from him. Yeah. You're right about that.
I can't even say.
Yeah.
I can't even say.
Exactly.
But people wanted to know what my prediction was on Chavez Jr. versus Jacobs. I haven't even put too much thought into it.
Yeah.
On paper, ideally, like you should say Jacobs because he's a better fighter. But when you factor in that Chavez Jr. is Mexican, and you factor in the fact that
money-wise, you're talking about.
If he wins this fight, because I had to say this, if he wins this fight, Cinco de Mayo weekend, Canelo Alvarez. Money. That's gonna be money.
But I don't think Jacob's gonna just fold like that.
He doesn't have to. What if it's just what if Chavez
Jr. or something?
What if Chavez Jr. just gets the Canelo treatment for this fight, for this one fight?
But didn't you say there's a law in the United States that in every state that if somebody does something they can't fight or something? We tell me about.
Yeah, apparently in the Muhammad Ali Act there's a clause where if you're suspended from a commission in the United States, you can't fight in another state.
Right.
So that's what Bob Bennett, the head of the commission, is saying to Eddie Hearn. But Eddie Hearn and Match and Boxing are giving the big middle finger to Bob Bennett, and they're saying we're fighting in Arizona. So we'll see how it develops. Because what's being rumored too is like if they do replace Chavez Jr., that Gabriel Rosado will be the opponent. Mm-hmm. Gabriel Rosado versus Jacobs.
What's this? Oh my God.
That's the main guy who's in. I keep hearing. They say so. If the Chavez Jr. fight doesn't go on, it'll be Rosado. So you're not gonna be happy either way.
I support Puerto Rican fighters, and Gabe is there, but one of his last fight, he was there for a good beating. It was a good action-packed fight, but I like a fighter that dominates and goes in. And every time I see Gabe, he gives a good fight, but he just
how would you expect him to
doesn't
dominate?
Get the job done.
Yeah, he's called.
But I love him. He's Puerto Rican.
He's called a gatekeeper. He's a gatekeeper.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna pay to watch a gatekeeper. I want somebody to go in and kick some ass.
Adrian Granados is the gatekeeper, and I love Adrian Granados.
Adrian is a clown.
Adrian Granados.
Oh, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm
Adrian Granados.
Adrian Bono.
Adrian Granados. I love him. He's my friend. He's a gatekeeper.
He's getting the short end of the stick no matter where he goes.
But you can say the same for Rosado. But you can say the same for Rosado.
Promotional companies and make a change. Sometimes it's good for you.
You can say the same for Rosado. Rosado got robbed. He's had some robberies on his record.
I'm not arguing that. I just think that a lot of fights when I come in, I get hyped up. Puerto Rican fighter. He's this. He's from Philly, California. He's got all that I like about him. And just like, I'll put it this way. Just like you expect a lot from Jacobs, that's the same way I feel about Gabe.
No. See, that's where you're wrong. You shouldn't have that expectation for Gabe. Yeah. That's unrealistic.
But
I have a right. I have a right to think that Jacobs was one of the best New York City amateurs of all time.
Okay,
and I know. Listen, I know how you feel about that. You don't believe in that. No, but to us that know, we know better. We know better.
Gabe is fine. Hey, thank you for yeah. So anyways.
My main man Ronald Finkley with the $5 super chat. Shout out to Ronald Finkley. Yeah, he says, "Hold on, we're gonna stop. Listen, this video has been brought to you by Ronald Finkley. So let's talk." He says 5 days. Decapitation season. Vibranium Nights, November 23rd. Deontay Wilder, Thanos is coming to pay-per-view versus King Kong Ortiz. You damn right, he's coming.
That's right.
He's putting that boy straight in the casket.
You know who I'm going for? Yeah, but I'm just thinking. I guess he wants us to talk a little bit about that fight. Well, I'm telling you right now, King Kong is in the best shape of his life.
Who gives a damn?
He's gonna come in there.
Who cares?
And hear what he said. He's gonna come in there, and he's gonna go out there and destroy Wilder. Okay? So you know what? I'm sticking with King Kong.
I got Wilder by murder. Now,
if he walks into the southpaw left hook, left punch, he's done. Wilder's done.
Okay. Chase Athletics. Go back to Rosado. I want to get with Rosado. Yeah. I'm gonna agree with my man Chase Athletics. His record doesn't actually show how good he is. He's actually getting better. I don't know if I'll go that far. I wouldn't go as far as say that he's getting better at boxing, but I would say that he's better than his record.
My son been telling me that for years. He said, "Dad, you can't always go about how you see it. You gotta see who he's fought, how he fights these fights. I mean, what was the last fight that he fought? Was really exciting. It was tug of war back and forth. I forgot what fight.
Suleki, he fought the same guy Jacobs fought life and death with. He dropped him on the canvas, and then I got him out of there.
Yeah, so, I mean, and my son tells me that you're not understanding Gabe. Gabe's gone in there and fought one of the toughest fights, and he's taking care of business. He just doesn't get enough credit.
You're not making any sense because you always say, I want the guys to fight everybody. And then he's somebody who's literally fought everybody.
Yeah, you tell me that.
Lemieux, Charlo, GGG.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a resume. I give him, But as a Puerto Rican fighter, I want him to go in there and take care of business. Show me one time you can go in.
If Emmanuel Rodriguez, if Emmanuel Rodriguez gets folded up by Luis Netti, you better keep that same energy. I want you to talk. When you talk about Rosado, I want you to talk about him.
But listen to this. We can even go further than that. I'm a big fan of Machado. And I was like, yeah.
Are you still a fan of him?
Yeah.
Are you still a fan of him?
I have to.
You talk worse about. You talk worse about.
But he disappointed me too.
You talk worse about Rosado than you do Machado.
Because I expect more from Rosado for me.
Why?
I don't see him finish his fight.
I don't understand. I'm trying to figure out why.
Just me. That's what I feel. I love you. I like how you carry
That's not realistic.
The baton. But
He's
you
not.
don't go in there and you don't show me. You just sit there. No. Go in and tear some ass up.
I want him to get stopped his next fight.
But guess who?
Rosado. I want to get stopped.
It's not happening.
I have no respect for him no more.
It's not happening.
No, I have no respect for him. Rosado. I want him to get stopped. I want him to get dropped. I'm going to explain to you why I want to get dropped.
He's playing devil advocate.
No, I'm actually not. I'm being dead serious.
Why?
I'm being dead serious. Because my friend Greg Hackett, one of the most honorable men in boxing, who's been fucking training him for years now.
He dropped him?
He dropped him. But it wasn't much that he dropped him. I'm not mad that he dropped him. He dropped him, and then in an interview, he's saying about because he got with Freddie Roach, he's like, I need someone that's been there and done that, and he's pretty much shitting on Greg Hackett, and not just Greg Hackett, also Benny Briscoe, who's a great trainer himself in Philadelphia. So I don't know, that kind of left a sour taste in my mouth, and I kind of hope that.
So you want some humbling done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we see it in boxing all the time.
Yeah, all the time. It's part of the sport. Yeah. It's part of the sport.
Yeah. They said Charlo just trained trainers. One of them just changed trainers. Who else just dropped?
One SSS says, BT, when are you going to have a video of you driving than you walking? When you buy me a car, I'm going to do that. When you buy me a car, we'll do that. Chase Athletics says, the problem with Everton is they can't score. No Lukaku, no goals. Tucson, Keane, Diaz don't score or play enough. Your goalie is your... No. Oh, my God. Why do you say that? He's one of the problems.
I like
He's one of the problems at Everton. Pickford is a bum.
No,
Pickford is a bum.
What I tell my
he's not our best player.
Listen,
our best player is
not
either.
Your best player, but the biggest problem that I see with Everton And my thing, the defense don't support him.
He's only good when he plays for the England national team. That's the only time he's good.
Support him enough. When the ball goes into the hot there,
Pickford is a bum.
both of the whatever they're, the halfbacks, whatever they call them, they're just standing there like this. They're not helping them out. They're not being active enough. And you can't always blame the goalie for everything, even though a lot of it's going to go because he lets the ball go in.
Bro, our best player.
But you have to have good defense.
Our best player is either.
You got to change the coach too.
Our best player is either Luka Dean.
I like the blonde guy.
Bernard.
He just played recently.
Blonde guy. Oh, Tom Davies.
Yes, he's really shown me.
He's not our best player though. He's
not your best, but I like Tom Davies.
I mean, when Sigurdsson's not playing hide and seek, he can be our best player.
Wallaby.
When what? So. Yeah, I can't stand Pickford. I liked him his first season at Everton. His second season, I'm done with him. And then his third season, he's whatever to me.
He saves everything.
He sucks. I don't know why you like him. He sucks. He's one of the
like-
problems. He's one of the problems with the team.
I say it's the defense and the coach.
He sucks.
That's what I say. That's what I have to go with. What else you gonna?
I agree with Hyro Gabbers. Bring back Tim Howard. I agree. We need to bring back Tim Howard.
That was great. He didn't have to retire, but you know.
Yes, he did. He was horrible. What are you talking about? You can see him. He's one of the biggest reasons America missed the World Cup.
I thought it was a coach.
No, well, the coach too, but saying Tim Howard, his old ass playing goalie every single game,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work.
Okay.
But yeah, he was good. He was good for the England
Yeah,
national team. I hope Pickford develops some more, but I mean, I'm not. To be honest with you, at Everton right now, I'm not a fan of. I'm not really a fan of anybody.
Mhm.
I can't stand anybody on the team. The only players that I like are the ones that never play,
Wow.
like Moise Keane and
Yeah.
guys like that. You know, but hopefully they win on next Saturday against Norwich. But let's get to some more comments. Finkley cuts very easy. He needs to be professional. Stop taking fights on short notice. I agree. That's why he's losing.
Who's this?
Alvarado
Yeah.
takes fights on short notice all the time.
Wow.
All the time.
That's not good.
Michael Hunter versus Alexander Povetkin. Who you got?
Michael Hunter.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
He's younger. He's got power. Povetkin's just getting older. He has some power in him, but I don't think he's met his challenge like somebody like Hunter.
I think Povetkin has a great chance to win this fight because of the fact that left hook has power. It's fight changing type power from Povetkin. We saw what he did to David Price, but I think Hunter's improving to a point where, you know, he's catching him at the right time. You know, with his combinations, his way he places his punches. I just see him eventually breaking down Povetkin, but it's gonna be a hell of a test for him. I'm telling you that right now. It's gonna be a very, very stern test for Michael Hunter.
And do you guys think that pull-up should be mandatory for next big fight after the Joshua Ruiz? After the last fight he put out was very boring. I'm just mentioning that. He really didn't impress me at all in that other fight. He got a UD decision. It wasn't that all that. So just because he's got a 28 and whatever record, he hasn't impressed me at all.
He was a great amateur. I'm joking.
Right now?
Povetkin versus Chisora would be a war of a fight. Povetkin versus Chisora would be amazing. I think if they both, because I don't think Chisora has a fight scheduled. I think if Povetkin loses this fight, I want to see him fight Chisora next.
I mean, the other night somebody was talking about Joe Joyce versus, I forgot who they were talking about. They picked Joe Joyce.
You sick?
Was it? Yeah. Come on, man. I love Joe Joyce. He's undefeated. He's done his thing. But I don't know. I have to go with Usyk on that one. Yeah. As far as Big Baby, I don't know what's happening with him.
Someone said this. Hyro got jokes. Says,
Yeah.
BT, your mom being Cuban, is she lying about her age like Luis Ortiz? Listen, man. This isn't even a direct shot at my mom. First of all,
We're just having fun.
I want to say I love my mom. So,
Yeah.
Mom, if you watch this, I love you.
Yeah.
But almost all women lie about their age. You ever ask a woman about her age?
They just smile. They don't tell you.
I remember the first time I noticed this. I was like in 6th grade. I was in middle school when this happened.
Yeah.
All right. I was in middle school when this
Yeah.
happened. We had this Jamaican lady as a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
And I asked her. I was like, "Yo, how old are you?" And then she's like, "Oh, you don't ask a woman that question." And I was like, I'm like freaking, at the time, I'm like 11 years old. I'm trying to figure out what all the fuss and hoopla about. Just say I'm 35 or 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I began to understand. I began to understand that's just something that all women do. They all lie about their age. So Hyra wants me to ask you, did Mom lie about her age? Did she lie about her age?
No.
No?
She never did. I first of all, when I This year to get me in trouble. My wife was there. But anyways, when I met his mom, she was in the prime, perfect Coke bottle.
We'll leave it at that.
And
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
We'll
leave it at that.
Good looks. My mom tells me all the time. Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, switching gears, Mitch Gibson asked me a food question. Do you like arroz con pollo? Of course. What kind of question is that?
Chicken.
You think I'm gonna walk around here looking how I look and not like arroz con pollo?
Yeah.
Arroz con pollo is amazing.
Yeah. We're gonna have some soup. All kinds of
What's
chicken
funny is like I was talking to one of my friends from the UK and I was telling him arroz con pollo. He's like, "What is arroz con pollo?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Say.
It's a new word.
Oh, I asked him about. I was telling him about Cuban food. He's like, "What is Cuban food?" I'm like, "Cuban food, man?"
Yeah, like we talked. You were talking, not to change the subject, but my son was telling me that they call chips
Crisps.
Crisps. Like.
And they call apartments flats. That's right.
A lot of things that you.
And yeah. And they call French fries chips.
So man, you got me all messed up now.
What we call chips, they call crisps, and what we call fries, they call chips.
It's crazy.
And what we call apartments, they call flats.
It's crazy.
There you have it.
I mean, a little UK.
There you go. Malone Jones, shout out to Malone Jones. He says, Pac's resume is awesome in and out the ring. I'm glad I got to witness it in this generation. Me too, man. I'm glad I got to witness it when I was at a very impressionable age too.
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to Pacquiao. It is likely that Victor Drago will get another title shot before Dillian White gets one. I agree. And it's a shame what they're doing to Dillian White.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand what happened. I mean, he had a good relationship with Eddie Hearns in the zone, and then they went back, and now he's with I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with him.
I mean, even the UCAD is investigating him for the fight right now, and the WBC passed the law or passed they passed a policy where even if he has to wait till February of 2021 to become Deontay Wilder's mandatory.
And why is it that if you're a mandatory, why and the guy the heavyweight that's holding the belt doesn't fight you, why don't they strip him or penalize him or enforce that? I don't understand what's the purpose of having a rule that they don't even enforce.
I don't know. But Lost One says White is fighting on the 7th, isn't he? That's what I was hearing. I heard Eddie Hearn was looking at getting him on the card, so that'd be great. If they could get him on the undercard, then great. He's got to stay active. Hopefully, they don't put him in there with somebody who's
some Mickey Mouse.
But obviously, I don't think they should. I don't think they should match him tough either because he's been fighting good fighters back to back. He needs to tune up at some point.
Yeah, just stay relevant. We're not relevant.
Malone Jones, a great question here about the small weight class. What do you think about Inoue versus Ancajas at 118? Ancajas, to me, he's like the forgotten guy at 118. Like, I forget about him sometimes, but he's a hell of a fighter. That Ancajas, I'll say this: Inoue. I think if you're someone who can give him angles and has high punch output, you can give him problems. That much I believe.
Right.
So with that being said, I look at that fight as like a 65-35 fight in favor of Inoue. I think Inoue will eventually break down and stop Ancajas, but it's a hell of a fight. It's a fight that
gotta be made.
Well, not really, because Ancajas is a champion at 115.
Right.
So for him to fight Inoue either has to drop down to 115 or he has to move to 118. But I mean, I think back in the day it would have been a hell of a
big fight.
Yeah. Saudi Ronald. Mitch Gibson says, Teofimo Lopez versus Richard Commey prediction. That's tough, man. Commey.
We've been talking about that.
We've been talking about this a lot.
Oh my god, I like Commey. I'm a big fan of Commey, the way he comes aggressive. But you gotta love Teofimo, and the way I see him right now, he's in the right state of mind. When he's in the right state of mind, look out for him.
He's Broward County's very own.
Yeah.
And aside from just me having a bias towards a bit of a bias towards him because he's from my area, I've always said that. Look, and people are gonna laugh at me when I say this. I still think when it comes down to it, at 135, the man to beat Lomachenko is Teofimo Lopez, and I'm taking that to the bank.
You taking that over Haney?
Yes.
Over anybody else that's relevant?
Yes, correct.
What do you see in Teofimo that you don't see in the other contenders that are just as good to try to beat him? What gives the Fimo the edge?
Punching power, athleticism, and just the fact with him he's always believed he could beat Lomachenko.
He's been saying it. I
believe that he believes it. So a confident fighter is a dangerous fighter, and I really believe in the heart of hearts that we've seen the best Lomachenko. I think
he's slowing down.
I want to say he's slowing down, but you're gonna gradually see over his next 4 or 5 fights that his performances won't be
as great
as they were before.
Wow, big statement.
So yeah, you're saying he's fighting Saudi Ronald on the Joshua Ruiz undercard. That'd be huge. I mean, Dillian White.
Yeah,
I don't know who Saudi Ronald is, but
yeah.
to have Dillian White on the undercard along with Michael Hunter and Povetkin,
Wow.
great stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who Joe Parker's fighting next. What's up with him?
Joe Parker was just on. I saw Joseph Parker on Twitter today. He was going off about. He was going off on Derek Chisora saying he's avoiding him. But if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Parker who pulled out with injury.
Parker pulled out, and then before he had who was I think Parker was supposed to fight somebody before he pulled out for the Chisora, and then before that, I think he also last minute pulled out on somebody else too. I don't like that with Parker. If he's gonna do something, just follow through with it.
Any chance we could get the Joe Frazier Act of 2019? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I guess why not? And while you're at it, why don't we put in the Romain Stavern Act?
Was that
I don't know. I'm just making some saying stupid stuff.
Oh,
did you see Carl Froch? Recently, Carl Froch was he was.
Oh my God.
He was popping a lot of junk, and he was saying that
crazy.
If he would have fought Canelo and GGG, he would have beat both of them. He said he was too big and too strong for GGG.
Yeah, I'm like, please, man, your time is done. Maybe in a video game or on your fantasy team, but stop saying
I actually think he would have had a good chance to beat Triple G.
You saying in his prime, and Triple G in his prime?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Triple G was a beast.
Froch was a beast too.
I know. I will take Triple G.
He knocked out George Groves in front of 8,000 people at Wembley Stadium. In case you didn't know.
Okay. I will still take Triple G. In his prime. What they saying? What somebody was saying?
What about
I like Billy Sanders. I've been wanting him to fight big dogs too. I don't know what's happening. I haven't heard much about Boo Andre. What's going on with him? I want to see what's going on with that. And
Parker's pullout was crazy. If you listen to him explain it, I like the guy, but it was funny as hell. I bet he bought a spider to bite him.
Anything, yeah.
Anything to not bite Chisora.
Chisora is crazy, but he goes in with the power.
So Manny Pacquiao is fighting Danny Garcia or Mikey Garcia. The two Garcias get the gatekeeper call. Pretty much, man. That's how the game's going right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is there. But we've been live for how long? Have we been live for? We've been live for like damn near. I want some change. I want some change.
I mean, one thing I was telling my son, he doesn't want me to say, but I'm going to say the thing with Eddie Hearn saying about he's in agreement with those fights, those soap opera fights.
Oh my God! Eddie Hearn said that he wants.
First he said he didn't like it, now all of a sudden.
Yeah, because that check cleared.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn said recently that he wants to make more YouTuber fights like KSI versus Logan Paul. So what do you guys think of that?
About that? I think
it's pretty
Of
ridiculous.
BS, but I guess if it puts money in the bank and people are apt to seeing it, it'd be just soap opera stories, but it'll be good, I guess, for box in his mind. And then again, Eddie Hearn was more of this fight over here. The one
KSI versus Logan Paul.
Yeah. What do you say?
Froch might be too strong for GGG.
You think in his prime? You think so?
In general.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. I have to look more into Froch, but I just think GG was a dominant when he was in his prime, and I'm not taking that away from Froch either.
Eddie sees money. He doesn't give a crap. He really doesn't. He really doesn't. If it makes dollars, it makes sense with him. His theme song should be DJ Quick. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. That's the theme song.
I mean, because I don't think Frank Warren even does that in the UK. He don't make a lot of fights like that. He probably could kill us.
Do you like Andre Ward as an analyst or his undefeated record? Well, first of all, one says Andre Ward is my least favorite fighter in the history of boxing. So I don't like him at all.
Hold on, but we're gonna give him respect because he did text you or something and told you about True Sports.
He didn't text me. He liked the post and made a comment.
Yeah.
But I'm not my least favorite fighter of all time. But as analyst, to answer your question, as analyst, he's pretty good. I like him as an analyst. But let's see.
He's real good, actually.
He's a fantastic analyst. I think he's doing a hell of a job at it.
I was watching rest in peace Manny Stewart, one of the best boxing trainers from Detroit, from the Kronk Gym.
Facts.
And I was watching a video with him today, and it kind of reminded me of Stacey McKinley. He's also from got ties to Emmanuel Stewart, and the training, and Emmanuel Stewart was yelling at a boxer and telling him, "When you come into this, you better finish this fight. You better do what you're supposed to do." And sure enough, Stacey Kinley, remember when he did that to Big Trev, when he told Big Trev, "You better get the fuck up, stop shit, you."
Yeah.
So I can see the trademark. I see the did that. Like, wow.
Let me see. Ronald Felix says, I bought the Wilder fight. What do you believe the numbers will be? And you're talking about the Ortiz fight. It's tough to say. It's tough to say. I believe his pay-per-view Fury did somewhere around 300,000 views. I'll be honest with you, man. I think it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 200,000 to 240,000 views, somewhere like that. I heard they're charging about $75, but you could tell me.
Is
I'm not.
it?
Ronald, you could tell me how much they're charging.
Jeez.
Wilder versus Ortiz rematch. If it's I'll put it like this. If it's $75 a pay-per-view, then I would say it's going to be probably 200,000 buys. If it's anything above 75, it's going to get 150,000 buys.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, some people here are optimistic. Lost one says it's going to be 300,000 buys. I'm gonna go with 210,000.
So let me ask you this question.
Something like that.
Let me ask you this question. Wilder got offered $100 million for him to fight Joshua, right? In your words, which you think will sell out more? If Wilder would have fought Joshua or the second coming of him and Ortiz fighting? Because obviously BBC.
What kind of question is that?
Hold on, BBC obviously didn't think that the Wilder and Joshua fight, and Wilder didn't think that because he turned $100 million down when he went with PBC. I'm just asking it. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying. No.
Listen, if there was a
Maybe
way,
he got paid more money with PBC.
If there was a way PBC can make Joshua versus Wilder and not have Eddie Hearn have that much control, they would have done it like.
Well, the problem is
a while ago.
I mean,
they just don't want to work with Hearn.
Is a control freak himself.
It's facts, correct. Esteban Villa, shout out to him. He said, "How do you think Ortiz will do against Deontay Wilder?" Listen, I don't know what's wrong with this guy right here, but he has this impression that Louis Ortiz is going to go in there and cause some sort of heavyweight upset. Now, I'm a bit more rational, okay? I have sense. Deontay Wilder's going to put him into retirement. This is his retirement check, and this fight is not going past 6 rounds.
Listen,
6 rounds under Wilder stopping him.
King Kong is putting Dante Godzilla down, and he's gonna win that belt and show everybody wrong. That he's wrong. He's in the best shape of his fight. He's working his ass off for this fight more than he was the first fight. He's more focused. You got a nutritionist. He's got everything. I got King Kong.
Everybody keeps saying like, and I'm not mad at anybody, but everybody keeps saying like, and shout out to you Esteban from San Antonio. Shout out to San Antonio. Shout out to the Spurs.
Texas.
But everyone keeps talking about. Look at the shape he's in. Look at the shape he's in. And listen, I expect him to be in that shape. He hired the best strength and conditioning coach in the world, and one of the best in the world, in Larry Wade. But before any of you said that, he was saying it. When we saw Louis Ortiz in person, you were saying, "You okay? You okay?"
That's King Kong Ortiz southpaw stand with his left hook, his left punch, and gonna knock the shit out of Wilder.
Yes,
Good.
you're on drugs.
Yeah.
But he's been saying that for the longest. Like we would see Ortiz at the local fights here in Miami and here in South Florida, and he keeps saying, "Oh, he's in shape. Oh,
and of course, we
he's
go
coming
back and forth. We go back
I'm
and
like,
forth.
bro, Wilder is going to stop him. He's going to beat his brains out.
Listen,
Why?
Listen, if Wilder thinks he's gonna bump rush King Kong like he did Stubborn.
Brazil.
Brazil
2.0. He about to say,
as soon as Wilder,
sit your ass down.
As soon as Wilder goes and bum rush him, guess what's coming to him? The Cuban hammer. Boom!
Lost one says, I'm with Dad. Lost one says he's with you.
There you go. Thank you, man. We know what we're talking about.
I think Ortiz will go for broke, but he's really open to getting knocked out. That's what I'm saying. The minute he goes for broke, he's going to get broke.
Listen, the only reason he didn't beat Wilder the first time is because the doctor stepped in and gave him a few seconds. He had Wilder out before all the other crap happened.
Yeah, the doctor saved him.
So forget about that. We can't talk about the past. I'm just telling you right now. Sometimes you gotta make changes to your diet, to your trainers,
Don't worry.
to whatever. And I'm telling you right now,
Wilder,
he's coming to get this belt.
Wilder's gonna make some changes for him.
And just like Ruiz surprised Joshua, you can best believe King Kong is coming.
One SSS True School Sports versus Paulie Malignaggi. You know what's funny? No. All jokes aside. I don't know if you've ever heard me tell the story, but There was like a good 2 or 3 month stretch where I was training at the heavyweight factory before they closed it down. They just closed it down recently.
Yeah.
There was a day I was going to the gym like every other day at least.
Yeah.
During this 2 or 3 month stretch, I was going there and I was talking to Riddick Bowe and we would hang out Bowe, get my interviews, hit the bag, stay in shape, you know.
Yeah.
Just trying to get my stuff on point. The one day I didn't show up.
Oh, that's right.
The one day that I didn't show up, Paulie Malignaggi actually stopped by the gym, and I actually asked one of the guys at the gym to tell him to stay there, so I actually wanted to spar Paulie.
Yeah.
So hypothetically speaking, you're putting that in the comments, but it actually almost happened this year.
Yeah, we didn't know. We just missed by one day. And the thing is, sometimes some people that you know think you're gonna call you, but they don't call you. They'll post it out afterwards, and
I was pissed.
And that's crazy because Brendan's been one of the biggest fans of wanting that to happen, and just the fact that he would have that and post it, you guys would have loved it.
But who knows? Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future. He's my email all the time.
Yeah.
Lost One wants to know, why did they close down the heavyweight factory? They closed it down because first of all, as many of you guys may have noticed from our last couple of interviews there, the gym wasn't being used. I mean, Bo would literally sit around the gym and he would Bo would sit around the gym and he would watch the gym.
Yeah.
You had a couple fighters like Derek Cuevas, Blake Davis, local fighters to come and train, but there was nobody training. You know, Klitschko's not fighting anymore, so Klitschko's not using the gym like he used to.
Shannon wasn't around.
Shannon's not using the gym like he used to.
I mean, you probably have more excitement.
I probably trained the most there.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, from like April to June,
Yeah.
I probably was the face of the heavyweight. I was training there the most.
If it wasn't him, it was either Holyfield. Holyfield was when he showed up.
Yeah, and Holyfield would come by and he would get some work in, and that was it. So the gym wasn't getting very much use. And the guy who owns the gym, Chris Lawrence, I mean, he's loaded. He's got crazy money, but I don't think he was getting the kind of money he'd want to continue having the gym at that location. So I've heard rumors about the gym. Like I've heard rumors that they were actually thinking about moving the gym to Dania Beach, which would have been the best thing in the world if they would have moved the heavyweight factory to Dania Beach.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
They would have had parking space. They would have had space available for all that.
Because the location they were looking at to move the gym in Dania Beach, which is where I'm from, was
right
where I grew up.
Like 5 minutes
literally
away.
right where I grew up. So that would have been cool. But I've heard things here and there. Like I got I don't want to say this, but like I got a lady friend that works for the heavyweight factory, and you know she's nice. And she gives me some insight on as to what's going on with the gym.
Yeah, because the
last time we saw this girl,
at the
she told me that what she told us?
She told us that they're still looking for a place.
They're still looking for a location, so hopefully they get a space for the gym, because I missed the heavyweight factory. But it kind of sucks that the original location isn't there anymore.
Yeah, a lot
because
of
that's where that was the first gym I started going to for interviews. Kind of sucks.
But anyways, at the same time, I mean, we've learned. Life goes on, moves on to better things. Who knows what Chris Lawrence has, the Heal Factory had, where they're gonna move it to. But in the meantime, we're gonna be traveling to other gyms.
When I get back from England, we're gonna be hitting up a lot more of the gyms in South Florida. So it should be fun when I come back. But Mitch Gibson has a request. He says, "When is your dad going to give you a haircut? Get a haircut by your dad on the stream again." Man, you remember that? So you really watch us, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You know.
I might need to do that.
Yeah.
I might need to do that.
That's crazy.
Man, I was struggling.
Yeah.
I had no money for haircuts, so you gotta make it do what it do. But you are the only lightweight in the heavyweight factory. No, there were some other smaller fighters. You'd be surprised how many smaller fighters train at the heavyweight factory. Like I'll name a couple. Rigondeaux used to get working at the heavyweight factory. Erzvani Duvichel, who's light heavyweight, would get working at the heavyweight factory. Rigondeaux, that's Rigondeaux?
Yeah.
Rigondeaux. Logan Yoon.
Yeah.
Derek Cuevas.
Yeah.
Amir Imam used to train at the heavyweight factory.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
So there's tons of fighters who are not.
They're prevalent like they used to be.
That aren't heavyweights that train at the heavyweight factory. There are a lot of not heavyweights that train at the heavyweight factory.
And now it's a ghost town.
But now it was a ghost town, so.
Yeah. So I mean, sometimes you do what you got to do.
Let's see. My man Lost One says, I thought that would be Ryan Packed. It was for a while.
Back in the day.
It was for a while. In 2015, when I first started going to the heavyweight factory, oh my God, it was packed. I mean, they would have 3 or 4 rings in the gym. You'd have Klitschko on one end of the gym. You'd have Shannon on the other side of the gym. Yep. You'd have BOWE, Holyfield, Michael Moore just chilling around the gym. You have Amir Imam training. So, but as the years went on, you know,
It's a business decision.
It's a business decision. So hopefully it sucks that it happened, but it's life. All good things must come to an end, as they say.
And when it does, you'll know.
You're going from the heavyweight factory to England. You know what's funny, Lost One? I've been telling my dad this. Like, I don't know what to expect of this England trip. I have some interviews scheduled, and I have people that I'm gonna go meet. And there's two fights happening while I'm in England. You got Daniel Dubois versus Fujimoto, and you got Richard Rio. I can't say his name. You got the British Cruiserweight title fight happening at York Hall. Hopefully I go to both of them. But I was telling my dad, I keep telling him I had this strange feeling that I'm gonna wind up going living in the UK. I don't know why I feel that way, but it's just this thing.
I mean, you've got that feeling. You got connections in boxing and everything, and you gotta live your life.
We'll see, man. We'll see. True School. You have to get your dad to shave your head before the AJ fight on the 7th to get into war mode. You know what? Maybe I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be in South Florida. I'll be in England by the time the fight happens. But maybe I'll get one of my friends in England to shave my head, and we can do that over
British
there.
style.
Yeah.
Isaac Chamber can take to the barbershop.
Yeah, that would be great to see your interview on the Dubois fight. Yeah, I'm hoping it happens, man. I'm hoping it happens. So fingers crossed. I never asked Shannon why he cut his dreads, man. That's one of the questions I didn't get a chance to ask him about. So hopefully we get to see Shannon.
No, I'm crazy. So he's probably got time.
I'll tell you this though, hey, Lost One. I'll tell you this, Lost One. If you give me a $200 super chat, I'll get my head shaved whenever you want.
You crazy, bro. You're crazy. Don't pay no mind. We appreciate it.
Oh no, not a super chat. If you PayPal it to me, if you PayPal me or cash at me a couple $100, I'll set that up. We can do that.
Yeah. Family, at the end of the day, we still thank you for your support. We're just talking here, and that's all that matters.
Absolutely. But just in case you guys aren't wondering, I'll be in the UK December the 4th. It's gonna be a really good time, man. I'm looking really forward to it. Lost One said, "Fuck no, I'm not doing that." LOL. I knew you would. That's why I said it. That's exactly why I said it.
That's why he's not getting a
So
haircut.
I can keep this hair because
it's getting cold. It's gonna be cold.
I'm gonna need this hair, man. It's gonna be freezing over there. So we can't. We need all the hair we can get when we're in the UK. Plus, the girls like it too. So
just get it.
A couple of them do.
Yeah.
Mitch Gibson said, "Did you try the Popeyes chicken sandwich?" You know what? No, I haven't.
Eat Popeyes.
I haven't tried that Popeyes chicken sandwich. People are getting shot for it, getting stabbed and killed for it. So
the Popeyes over here. They're getting a lot of bad reviews. So
the sandwich.
That restaurant itself.
The sandwich though. The sandwich is getting a lot of hype.
I know who had it. He had a KFC and he had Popeyes of Holyfield. He had it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know who he picked.
Go to a bar in London, True School, when the AJ fight happens, even if it's 4 a.m. Well, I'm trying to figure it out because the fight's in Saudi Arabia and their time zone is I think it's way different than the UK.
Yeah.
So I might not even have the chance to do that. I might have to go to a bar at 10 in the afternoon, like an alcoholic.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what though. You're gonna be in the UK around boxing, so I guarantee you somebody's gonna know when the fight's at and where it's gonna be at.
My main man Shihi, what's up, champ? How you doing?
What's up, Shihi? What's going on?
I was like, man, I was thinking to myself, man, where is Shihi? He's always here.
How you
Good
doing?
to see you, champ.
Yeah.
BT, are you going first class to England? I mean, no, define first class. I'm flying on. I'm flying on Norwegian Airlines.
Yeah.
Norwegian Airlines. That's what I'm flying. I never flew Norwegian Airlines, so that'll be a new experience.
Yeah.
Today I was looking at some stuff for my trip and you can actually buy your meal because you need a meal while you're up in the air that long because my flights.
Jesus Christ, was the price for that? I mean, for the meal?
It was 8. Yeah, my flight's 8 hours,
die.
so the meal costs $45. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Please.
Better be a damn good meal. I better.
I mean, they're just trying to rake you on that, I think. But hey, it is what it is. Wherever you travel is always costing money.
Hey.
So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. But yeah. What else? Anything else?
What's that?
All good. YouTube is not recommending this for me.
What happened?
I don't know why YouTube is doing that. YouTube's trying to silence your boy BT. I don't know, but we still here.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Ronald Finley says that sounds like a great plane ride. Get drunk on the plane. I'm not much of a drinker.
Yeah.
What I probably will do though is I'm probably because normally when I fly, I normally deprive myself of sleep for a whole day and a half.
Crash out.
So that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna deprive myself of sleep more than I've ever had before. So I might My flight's on December the 4th, and I might not go to sleep from December the 2nd to December the 4th.
I got a question for you guys. Since he's going to the UK, if by chance and crook, you guys, who would you like to see him interview if he gets a chance to?
Yeah, it'd be fun. Lost One says, Norwegian Airlines, they checking you out the plane on the way?
Yeah, hold on. Aren't you gonna go like you have to go there like what you would tell me?
Listen, if they try to check me out the plane, they're gonna get a fucking 2-piece in the biscuit. Ain't no way to check me out no damn plane.
Hey man, I'll give one of my parachutes that I have when I was in the
For the Army.
For the Army, give it to him. I used to jump.
El Jefe asks, what's your favorite anime? My favorite anime is I forgot the name of it. It's that boxing anime. Aju Hippo, whatever it's called. The boxing anime. My boy Torre, shout out to Torre. He just put me onto that recently.
What
so
is that?
the anime is like a Japanese cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Torre what?
His boy is gonna marry a Japanese woman. So
yeah, my boy's obsessed with
He's learning Japanese, and he actually plays with the Knicks too. Just a joke.
No, he doesn't.
Just a joke.
My friend, he looks like RJ Barrett on the Knicks.
Yeah, that's tall too.
Mitch Gibson says, interview Eddie Hearn. Yeah, that's the plan, man. And that should be pretty easy because when I go to, if I get credentialed for the York Hall British Cruiserweight title fight, what's going on there while I'm there, then I'll see Eddie there. That'll be a given. So, and I've interviewed Eddie twice. I interviewed Eddie once in New York, and I interviewed him down here in South Florida.
But let me tell you something. Just recently, one of Brendan's friends, that boxes, Christian Nunes, he actually met Eddie Hearns in L.A., and he actually got him some tickets and everything.
Oh yeah, it is true. Yeah.
So he will not be as bad as we think.
Dave Palacios says, "What are you eating on your trip?" I heard. I mean, one of my friends told me that when you go to the UK, one thing you gotta eat is like Indian food.
Oh, you guys fill him out. Fill him in. If you
I mean, look, I'm gonna make a post. You guys, I'm gonna make a post like when I drop my video about the UK.
Yeah.
Or like if you see any videos where I'm talking about going to the UK.
Yeah.
Put stuff in the comments and I'll screenshot it and I'll go ahead and
Yeah, because this is all new to him.
Cause like look, this
don't even know how cold
this
it
is my
is
first time heading outside of America. So.
Yeah, and it's gonna be cold over there, I guess. I mean, he gone with me to New England, Massachusetts, and New England. It's cold winters there. In New Hampshire, it's real cold and snowy and whatever. But from what people are telling him, that the UK's got a different kind of winter. I don't know what it is.
Who do you interview Josh Warrington and ask him when is he fighting Shakur Stevenson? I'd love to do that.
Yeah. That's great. Those good ideas that they're going to.
One SSS says, "I'll buy you a car so you don't have to walk to the airport." That's fucked up.
What is it? Yeah.
Lost One says, "I'm English and I'm not going to lie. English food is crap, especially if you're used to Cuban food and all that." Yeah, man.
Oh wow.
So we'll see. I was told that when you go to the UK, you gotta go have Indian food, which I'm not. I haven't really had too much Indian food.
If he can at least tell you how cold it gets over there.
He says you gotta interview Tyann Booth. Who knows, man?
Oh
we
yeah,
we might. Who knows? Yeah. We might. You never know.
That's great. I love Tyann Booth.
You have to stay tuned to when I because I'm gonna put out a video and I'm gonna announce the full interviewing lineup and you guys will know. Yeah, PBC, Kate Adobo has a Swedish British accent. Yeah, my boy's going out with her. You know Kate Adobo for PBC?
No, but go ahead, yeah.
My boy's going out with her.
Wow.
My boy Barack, the boxing bully from the Zone, going out with her.
What?
Beating each other, yeah. Shout out to him. Shout out to Barack. Yeah, man, if you survive New England where the Patriots are, you can survive the UK.
The weather's crazy.
I'm just surprised my eardrums survived the Bostonian accents.
Yeah, and New Hampshire was further north, and he was there too, so he's seen it a little bit what winter's like. He just doesn't know what going to another country, what's it feels like. But if you're telling him that, those are facts there.
He says the Joe Calzaghe interview is also hype. Is it really happening? I haven't been told that it's not happening, so yeah, I would say yeah, it is. But I'm gonna announce the full because there's about let me see, let me count it. I got the names written down right here. Hold on, I'm not gonna tell you the names right now because there might be a couple more that happened before I get to England. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 interviews scheduled for England. All 5 of them are notable people, and they're all people you guys are gonna know. So.
And besides that, who know what the surprises are?
Do you like Taco Bell? Absolutely, yes, I love Taco Bell. I know everybody says that's not a Mexican food.
Taco Bell or what's the other one you go to get natural?
Chipotle?
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Everybody says Chipotle and Taco Bell aren't real Mexican food. I'm like, yeah, but I like it.
Yeah.
Who gives a damn? You know what I mean? People wear fake Jordans all the time. Who cares?
Yeah.
Makes me happy. If you leave London True School, you won't be able to understand anyone. You might want to hire a translator. Nah, I can understand people in England. I understand. Like, I know everybody says you can't understand the Scouse accents, like the Liverpoolians. But like I've been listening to like all these Everton shows for like years on like YouTube, and my ears are kind of like, you know, used to it, believe it or not.
Like he could go watch a soccer game and tell you when people.
Yeah, I can actually tell you. I'm pretty good at telling when somebody's from England based on their accents.
Yeah, he telling me all.
But who knows, man? Maybe you might be right. I might go there and find out that you're right. So we'll see. I might have to look into hiring a translator. What it do, Al the Pal? What's up, champ? How you doing? And David Palacio wants to know, is your dad going with you? Nah, he's not gonna go with me. I'm going dolo.
He's going Han Solo.
I'm not sure where I read it, but is Chavez Jr. or Rosado fighting Jacobs? Yeah, yes, they're going to. They're fighting in Arizona, but the Nevada State Athletic Commission is making a big deal about it. They're saying that he's in violation of the Muhammad Ali Act, and they're trying to enforce, fighting the Muhammad Ali Act. So they're enforcing the Muhammad Ali Act, and Eddie Hearn is supposedly in trouble. So
we'll see on that.
We'll see what happens with that, but I'm over Chavez Jr. Like I'm really over Chavez.
I lost respect for him. He's bringing a bad name to his father, even though his father's looking at his legacy. Disrespectful son, can't even carry do things right. If you know you weren't gonna go full hardy, don't go there at all.
My boy Mitch Gibson says, "Do you get the chalupa when you go to Taco Bell?" Nah, usually what I get is I get me a quesadilla, steak quesadilla, maybe what's that one thing? A quesarito? Not quesarito. What's it called? There's this like spicy potato burrito or something like that. I get that. I get me some dollar menu nachos.
Yeah.
And call it a day.
Diego de la Hoya versus Ransom Rubles. December 14th. Oh my God, this fool's gonna appeal this.
Who? Oh man, apparently Logan Paul is appealing his loss to KSI.
Are you serious?
Oh my God, Jesus! Listen, these dudes need to learn how to lose and lose gracefully. I mean, I thought he conducted himself well in the post-fight interview, but I knew once he got to the locker room, he was gonna say I was robbed and boxing was rigged. I mean, when I put on my post-fight video, everybody was like, Logan Paul was robbed. Yeah. He was robbed. I'm like, who cares, man? Like, you got paid. It wasn't a real fight. Go back to YouTube, man. Go back to YouTube and go back to.
You're already well off anyway.
Well off, champ. Man? Thoughts on Frank Sanchez? I think I saw him fight. I can't remember what card I saw him fight on. And I'm not sure if I'm getting confused. He fought on a couple of Showtime undercards. He didn't really have anything that really stuck out to me, but I'm not sure if we're talking about the same person. Eric Rosa says, "Good. I bet on Logan Paul to win a decision. So maybe if he gets a decision reversed, Eric, you can get your money back. That might be the way to go. I'll beat KSI 9 out of 10 fights. Fought him twice, didn't win once. Quick maths. Yeah, he's starting to sound like Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah.
You remember when Gary Russell Jr. said to Lomachenko, he said, if I fought Lomachenko 100 times, I will win 99 out of 100 times. By the time we fought, it was just one of those times.
Yeah, crazy.
Starting to sound like Gary Russell. I think he's suffering from Gary Russell syndrome. See, that's why I don't watch reality TV fights. They're acting like the fight was meaningful. Yeah, it's funny too, cause what's his name? Jake Paul, his other brother, he was like, I've been in this sport for a year and a half, and it's rigged. It's rigged, bro. It's rigged. And he was robbed.
It's crazy how people talk about that.
He was robbed. It's
ridiculous.
And then Shannon Riggs was telling KSI, he's like, yeah, champ, you lost that fight. You gotta give him a third fight. So Shannon Briggs trying to get that payday. He's trying to get another payday.
No, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I mean, what's in the KSI? He don't want to do no part of it no more. He's done. See, I'm done with this. So I mean.
S1 SSS has, what is the worst Christmas gift your dad gave you? That's a good question. What's the worst Christmas gift?
The answer is it never should be as long as I'm here and giving what I can.
No. I want to see it. I want to see if there's one I can pick out.
Oh.
I mean, listen. I'm great. Listen, I'm pretty grateful. So I like all the gifts my dad's got me. But if I had to pick out one, if I had to pick out one in particular, when I was a kid one time, right? So like I had when I was in 6th grade, I was really into shoes. I like Nikes, Jordans, Air Force Ones, right? And for Christmas, when I was in 12th grade, the one shoe I wanted the Adidas Tracy McGrady. I was a big Tracy McGrady fan as a basketball fan as a kid. So there were multiple shoe boxes under the Christmas tree, right? And the first one I opened, I'll never forget this, all right? The first one I opened, I'm sitting here thinking I'm gonna see a big Adidas logo, Tracy McGrady, and you know what it was? What do you remember?
I can't remember way back in the day.
This man got me a pair of Shaqs from Payless. This man got me a pair of Shaqs from Payless.
But listen, after that, you got.
But then
LeBron
when
James,
when I got to the third box, like I still want to get my Tracy McGrady's, but the Shaqs, man, that was that hurt. You know, Shaquille O'Neal's were the worst shoes growing up as a kid because the shoes are so cheap that when you would go out to play basketball on the hot South Florida summers, the heat would literally burn through the bottom of the shoe, and the Shaq Dunkman logo would fall off the side of the shoe. I mean, it was a really cheap shoe, and when I saw that, I was like, man, I can't believe this. I can't believe it. Yes, Gary Russell Jr. actually said that. He said that I would beat Lomachenko 99 out of 100 times. He said that. Lost One says, "Don't do your dad like that, True School." No,
all good.
I love my dad. To be fair, I wore the hell out of those Shaqs. I mean, I grew to love them. But I was happy with the T-Max though. The Tracy McGrady's with the stripes.
Santa Cruz Deontay Davis would kill Santa Cruz.
You think so? What do you guys think? Do you guys think Gervonta Davis would kill Leo Santa Cruz? And you know what? Listen, I'm surprised my iPhone is doing this good streaming this damn thing. I always get paranoid when I go on. But listen, if y'all got any questions, it could be boxing. It don't gotta be related to boxing. We're just gonna talk. F it. We're just gonna talk. Let's just talk. We're all family here. But yeah, Frankie Sanchez. Shout out to Frankie Sanchez. I saw him fight. I don't remember anything too special about him. Enrique Luna, what's up, champ? I was just revisiting your. I actually, believe it or not, Enrique, I was actually just revisiting one of your comments on one of my older videos today. I went back and I rewatched that video where I was sparring and I was talking about depression, and I saw your comment where you were like, "That girl, she's not the one for you. Listen to your dad." I saw that. So I actually thought about you today, Enrique. Someone said, "Rock some Yeezys. Those are too expensive for me, but they are nice shoes. They are some nice shoes." Frank Sanchez looks older than he says. He's a typical Cuban boxer, probably about 5 years older than listed. Yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. It's to be expected. But I just, like, I can't remember who he fought or what card I saw him fight on, but the fights that I saw of his, I just don't remember anything in particular that really stood out. Do you like the McChickens at McDonald's? No, like, generally speaking, when I go to McDonald's, like, I get me like a quarter pounder, double quarter pounder actually, with cheese, plain, large Coke, no ice, and large French fries. Yeah, that's the way to go.
This guy Foreman was saying that they asked George Foreman who was his hardest puncher he ever faced. He said a guy named, I don't know, nothing like Ron Lyle. Ron Lyle. You don't know about Ron Lyle? No, I never heard of him.
Oh my! How you not know about Ron Lyle?
He challenged.
Ron Lyle was the truth.
He challenged Muhammad Ali for the heavyweight title unsuccessfully in 1975. Foreman said he was the hardest. Out of all his opponents, he was the hardest one.
Yeah.
And Foreman fought a lot of fighters, good quick fighters.
He fought in the best era, one of the best eras, and then he fought in the second era.
Right.
Whataburger or In-N-Out? Oh, In-N-Out by a country mile. That's not even. Listen. When I go to Vegas, I'll tell you guys a story. So when I went to Las Vegas, right? I went to Las Vegas twice. The last time I went to Las Vegas, which was June of 2017 for the Kovalev Ward rematch. Literally, I was in Vegas for about 6 days. I ate In-N-Out burger every day in Vegas for 6 days straight. So I love me some In-N-Out burger. I wish they had it here. I don't like McDonald's fries. The only burger place I replace with fries with nuggets. That's interesting. I like the McDonald's fries. You know, I like the McDonald's fries so much that I'm supposed to take this chick out on a date soon. I think that's where we're gonna go. If we go out,
You ain't trying to go expensive.
we're probably gonna go to McDonald's. You know, and if she frowns upon McDonald's, then I know I know that she's trouble.
Yeah.
Any woman that frowns upon Mickey D's is trouble. Straight up. Inoue versus Luis Nery, who wins? I got Inoue. Be a good fight though. It should happen. DDD versus Fujimoto thoughts. It's a fight where that fight right there is a fight for Dubois where he's literally just fighting Fujimoto because he's in the WBA rankings, and the WBA is the only sanctioning body that Dubois is not currently ranked in yet, so that's why he's fighting him. And it's a good fight for him. He's gonna knock him out probably within 4 rounds or less. And yeah, so I think it'll be fun. I mean, I applied for a media pass, so hopefully that could be the first fight I cover in the UK while I'm there.
Holmes said when he recently just turned 70, Larry Holmes, the Eastern assassin.
I saw that.
You see that what he said? He said that everybody talks about all the heavyweights, all the lightweights, and all this, but the bigger regrets he has that nobody talks about him. It's so sad because Larry Holmes is one of the best.
I talk about Larry Holmes all the time. I just made a video about Larry Holmes.
Wow. Crazy.
Listen, Naoya Inoue is the pound-for-pound king of boxing, whether you like it or not. I ain't trying to hear it. Zhang versus Kuzmin. He's fighting. You dropping news on me, Chase Athletics. I didn't even realize that Zhang was fighting Kuzmin.
Yep.
Sergey Kuzmin. I forget about Zhang. Zhang's like one of those heavyweights that like I know he exists, but I just forget about him. Shout out to Zhang, you know, be a good stern test for him. You know, we know Kuzmin had that fight with Michael Hunter, so could be a good fight. How good is your shoulder roll? My shoulder roll is not good. I mean, I'm not like when I box, I don't really have I don't do the shoulder roll. I mean, I would say like I'm working on, you know, loosening up my shoulders, but my head movement is improving a little bit. But nah, I'm not James Toney. I'm not Floyd. I'm not those guys. I'll leave the shoulder rolling to them. Gary Russell versus Berchelt, who wins?
Gary Russell is quick, fast. Berchelt's powerful.
You like Gary Russell or Berchelt? They fight? Gary Russell versus Berchelt.
I think Berchelt has more power, I think.
Who do you think is winning that fight? They squared off.
I'd have to take... I like Berchelt, but Gary Russell's quick. He's very active.
But Gary Russell will have to move up a weight class to go fight him, just so you know.
I'll take Berchelt.
I'll favor Berchelt. I think Berchelt would hurt him in the middle rounds. Once he gets accustomed to hand speed, because it'll take him about 3 or 4 rounds to get the hand speed down, because he's got that Gary Russell, man, he's got some crazy hand speed. It's a bad boy as far as hand speed goes. Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez, winner versus Terrence Crawford. That would be sick. I would love to see that.
There's Nery targeting Naoya.
Everybody's targeting at Naoya. He's the guy. He's the cash cow. He's the cash cow in the smaller weight classes.
Who do you think is more powerful? You think Baby Rivers is more powerful than Canelo? Too powerful for Canelo?
Do I think BWA is more? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I think his style is tailor-made for Canelo, though. I think Canelo will beat him. And the Nevada Commission will make sure he beats him. And Golden Boy will make sure he beats him.
Well,
and
we're talking about
Canelo's team. Oh, man. Jeez. Who is up next for Jamel Herring? Who would you like to see Jamel Herring fight?
Frampton wants to fight him. Frampton just said he wants to fight.
Frampton will get boxed. Outboxed.
He wants to fight Jamel Herring next.
He'll get outboxed by Herring. I'm gonna go with I want to see him fight Berchelt, man. Unify some titles. Let's put because you know his last fight, Jamel Herring fought Lamont Roach, and Lamont Roach made Jamel Herring look like freaking Pernell Whitaker and Michael Nunn. Wow. He had Jamel Herring looking like Pernell Whitaker and Michael Nunn. So I want to see how good Jamel Herring is. I want to see him try to unify that division with Berchelt, who is probably the best offensive fighter in the division right now. Or he's up there, you know. So yeah, make that happen. But I like Herring. You know, he's definitely done he's done good for his career. He's come a long way from getting stopped by Dennis Shapovalov. He's not that guy anymore. Lots of people good, but then with southpaws they look different. Even with Loma, when he got a taste of his own medicine, another southpaw, he didn't look like his regular self. That's right. And I know from my limited experience of being in the boxing gym and sparring, I hate boxing southpaws. It's annoying as hell. I'm like, is this what I have to deal? Is this what people have to deal with when they're about to box me? Like, too much. Have you ever considered going to the IBO headquarters? Yes, I have. I wasn't for a while, but now that I live like in Miami, like, and it's a lot closer, I might do that. I might even do it before I go. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should go to the IBO headquarters before I go to England? What do you think? What do you think?
I'm trying to see what news is here.
The IBO is underrated. Yeah, and so are the other 600 trinkets in boxing. The NABA, the UBF,
This is what's funny.
the UBF, the WBF, the EBU.
The guy from PBC, Bill Wagner, was saying that they don't have no WBO fighters. They only have this and that. And his credibility was like all crazy about talking about how Wilder is one of the best. He sells out to everything. Please.
That's right.
I mean,
that's
so
right.
WBO, come on, man.
Leo Santa Cruz versus Jamel Herring. Who wins?
Leo Santa Cruz versus Jamel Herring?
Jamel Herring.
I'm taking Jamel Herring. Veteran.
Are you gonna go from like every fight because he's a veteran?
No, you can't do that all the time. The one fight that we both argued about, we weren't arguing about my son's telling me Oscar Valdez is a beast. And the other day after I talked to him, I watched him in the gym. He was doing some crazy.
Have you watched his fights?
I haven't seen a lot of his
Go
fights.
watch his fights.
Yeah.
Dude is a warrior.
Yeah.
That's why he had to get a new trainer. All of his fights, like 4 fights, were wars.
Yeah.
Were wars, all of them.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that.
But yeah, I might need to do that. Who is your number one interview in England if you could interview anyone? If I could interview anyone. It's a good question. Probably Tyann Booth.
Really?
Yeah, Tyann Booth.
He was a boxer at one time, right?
Yeah, he boxed Chris Eubank. I would say Tyann Booth would probably be number one. Joe Calzaghe. I mean, he's another one.
Yeah.
Prince Nassim Hamed. I would love to interview Prince Nassim.
I
I was literally just watching a documentary about him before we go on live.
Tell me the best entrance that you ever seen.
Bro, the dude flew on a magic carpet. The guy was doing flips.
Come on, like this.
That's the kind of guy I want to be talking to. But
coming down on a magic carpet,
Joe
leopard coming through the crowd like this to the ring, and then he met up with met with the rapper, and then he got in the
we got who else is in the UK? Joshua White, Dillian White. Dillian White would be a fun interview.
About what's his name?
Bellew. I was interview Bellew again.
About Lawrence Kokoli. Did I get Lawrence Kokoli?
Kind of.
Okay, we gonna go there. Yeah. We won't go there. Frank Bruno, but he wanted money.
Oh yeah, Frank Bruno. I emailed Frank Bruno's team. They asked they asked me how much money were you willing to pay to interview Frank Bruno. I'm like, none. I'm not paying money to interview Frank Bruno.
I mean, come on, man.
He's either gonna do it or he's not.
Please.
Can you ask Prince Nassim if he still has the gyroscope thing for his entrance? I'll ask him that. I'll ask him that if I ever get a chance to meet him. After we got Nassim. We got there's Fury obviously, but he's
right here in the U.S.
How retired fighters? I'm trying to think of retired fighters. Johnny Nelson would be fun. Anna Woolhouse.
Yeah.
Who else? George Groves. I'm a big fan of George Groves. Carl Froch.
He'd be good too.
But if you ask me to boil it down to one person, I'd probably say Tyann Booth. Tyann Booth is the interview I want the most because I'm a big fan of his channel. I watch it religiously. Did you like Emmanuel Augustus' style, and do you think it will ever be emulated? I saw some videos on here and on YouTube, and he was crazy. It was crazy. I love his style. I thought it was great. It was entertaining. It was, it definitely was awkward. It gave Flint the other problems. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of Emmanuel Augustus and his style. As far as being emulated, not really, no.
Duke McKenzie?
Maybe, I don't know.
It's not British fighters.
It's a very distinct style, so I can't say whether or not it'll be exactly be emulated, but it'll take a special type of personality to do that.
Duke McKenzie. You got
Also, not racist stuff or nothing, but I only pretty much like watching blacks and Hispanics fight because the top dogs from other countries, they fight Hispanics or blacks and they don't last.
John Cote, whatever his name is. These are fighters you probably don't even know. Frank Bruno. You just talked about him.
Do you like the Lakers? No.
I do. I'm a big
Fuck
fan.
the Lakers.
I'm a big fan of Kuzma.
I don't like the Lakers at all. No disrespect, but I don't like the Lakers. Oh, Chris Eubanks Sr. He'd be another one. That'd be a great interview.
Sir Henry Cooper.
Yeah, he fought Muhammad Ali. Dropped him.
Yeah. Let me just give you some names.
One SSS says that I
Okay.
need to interview Lennox Lewis. You know what? That's probably that. All joke.
He
That's
lives what, in Jamaica, right?
I don't know where he lives.
He hangs around
He's fucking
in, like,
Canadian.
yeah.
He's British. He's Jamaican. He's on like 5 countries. Okay, Lennox Lewis would be a great interview because obviously with my history of Riddick Bowe, I could ask him a lot about his side of the story, and it would be really fun. So yeah, maybe. You know what? That's probably one person I need to hit up. I need to see if I can get in touch with Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
I gotta see.
He seems like a money man, though.
Think so?
Yeah, I don't think
You know, like when I was writing it.
in the song, you said in the song, yeah. Looking at all these British boxers that my son couldn't do. Lloyd.
Lloyd Honeygun, he's a great fighter. Lloyd Honeygun.
Jesus. Yeah, I follow boxing, but I didn't follow this.
Kalen Smith is fighting a guy who lost a Rocky feeling. I'm aware.
Hey, about Ricky Hampton.
Hey, Ricky Hatton, another one. Ricky Hatton would be great.
Go to his gym, at least.
Yeah. Why is Dwight Howard still playing? He's not the same guy that don't like Superman.
Nigel Benn.
He was good in the Hornets. I liked him in the Hornets. He was good when we had him. So I had no problems with Dwight Howard. But he's playing because LeBron James needs to have 55 All-Stars to compete in the NBA. You know, it's not enough that it's not enough that he has Anthony Davis. No, he's got to have Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo,
Buchanan's good.
Kuzma.
Randolph Turpin.
Most of those guys are past it anyway.
He beat the great Sugar Ray Robinson.
What about any promoters? What do you mean, Chase? What do you mean about promoters?
Frank Warren, Eddie
Hearn.
Hearns. Who was out there? Randolph Turpin, he beat Sugar Ray
Mick
Robinson.
Hennessy.
Yeah.
Mick Hennessy.
Randall Turpin beat Sugar Ray Robinson. 1951.
Who is your favorite favorite team in the NFL in Florida?
Lennox
Bucks,
Lewis.
Jaguars, or Dolphins? My favorite team in general is the Carolina Panthers, but my favorite team in Florida is South Florida all day, baby.
So
Miami Dolphins all day. It's pretty trash right now, though. Pretty trash. What do you think of the Zion and Lonzo combo? I was telling my dad before the season started that if Zion Williamson would have been healthy, I legitimately think the Pelicans would go to the playoffs. I think Zion Williamson will win Rookie of the Year and challenge for MVP. That combination is a match made in heaven. You got the passing abilities of Lonzo Ball, and then you got the athleticism of Zion Williamson, you know, in that body, you know, crazy. I think if he comes back in December, the Pelicans will make the playoffs.
Who's this?
Zion Williamson.
Well, they got who was the other night that was real good?
Ingram.
Yeah.
Lighting up the Hornets the other night.
And he thought he was a rookie.
Yeah.
So I mean, jeez.
Will you try to interview any promoters? Absolutely. Any and everybody.
It was funny when you pop up to a gym, you wouldn't think you're gonna go meet some people. You end up having one of the best times. Everything is intertwined together. And you see one promoter, one manager.
It's got to show up.
Yeah. And my son was telling me where he's going is real small, so he's gonna bounce around into a lot of people. He might run into one of you guys' favorite fan that you guys like a lot.
Someone says, why do you like the Carolina Panthers? Why is it your favorite team? Because I was born in North Carolina, and that's the team I grew up liking. Steve Smith, Julius Peppers, Jake Delhomme, Mike Rucker, Mike Minner, Dan Morgan, John Beeson, Stephen Davis, Deshaun Foster, Ricky Manning Jr. That's my squad. That's been my squad for the longest. But I like the Dolphins too. And he said, what do you think they should do with Cam Newton? Man. Now listen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was on the listen when Kyle Allen was winning. I was on that Kyle Allen bandwagon heavy. But today, man, we lost badly to a really shitty Falcons team. We got blown out at home. So it's beginning to look like week by week that Kyle Allen isn't the long-term answer. With Cam Newton, though, I don't think he's the answer either. I think we got to move on from Cam Newton. I think
change.
we need to change, but I can't really say who we should get or what we should do. But I know that Cam isn't the answer. I know that Kyle Allen isn't the answer. So that much certain. Do I think Cam Newton is a good quarterback when he's not dressing like when he's not dressing up like Whoopi Goldberg? Yeah, he's a fantastic quarterback. I mean, Cam Newton's the truth. How could you say he's not a good quarterback? You know, this guy is one of the toughest quarterbacks that I've ever seen in my life. Some of the things I had to see this man deal with, you know, in 2014, getting hit as much as he got hit.
Tom Brady could have held on to that.
Tom Brady's a bitch. He would have died. He would have died. He would have died.
You messing with you.
But no, Cam Newton's a fantastic quarterback. But
any team that gets him,
I think his best days have passed him. I don't think he's going to be the answer for us going forward.
I think for any team that gets him, that needs him, they'd be a bit of blessings. To be honest.
Spurs question: Who would you trade, Aldridge or DeRozan? I would trade DeRozan to get more value for him. Go to the Ingle Gym in Sheffield. You'll see like 5 fighters. Yeah, that's one of the gyms on the list. The Ingle Gym. For who in Orlando? It seems that the team. Yeah, they're trying to get Aaron Gordon from what I saw. The Spurs. That'd be good. That'd be a good pickup for him.
Be a free agent, or you want to leave Orlando? Or?
They're looking to trade him.
Wow.
They need a score. Like Orlando's good at defense, but they can't score.
Right.
So DeRozan can score. So
Trying
that
to
makes
figure out
sense.
some offense. That makes sense.
Allen is young. Oh, in 3 years he'll be better than Newton. I don't know about that one. I mean, listen. On Facebook, I'm friends with a lot of Panther fans, and I get accused of being a Cam Newton hater. But Cam Newton was the MVP of the NFL. He was pretty damn good when he was in his prime. Now, I think that time has long passed. He's not going to be that guy ever again. Mm-hmm. Kyle Allen is not going to be better than the prime Cam Newton. But in terms of the Cam Newton we see right now, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Where is Colin Kaepernick going to end up? The Raiders?
Didn't he just get?
Just had a workout.
Yeah, he had a workout just recently. I forgot who he had though.
Watch him go to the Dolphins. I'll laugh my ass off.
I just wanted him to get a chance back.
Because he made those Fidel Castro comments.
Oh my God.
It'd be hilarious. They won't sign him. They won't sign him because of that alone. That would be PR suicide here.
I forgot who else. Didn't the Steelers try him out? Somebody tried him out. I forgot who it was just recently.
Who do you think is gonna win fighter of the decade? Not who you think deserves it, but who you think is gonna win it? Ward, Canelo, or Floyd? Canelo will probably win it, cause he's the guy that everybody loves in boxing right now as far as the establishment. But if we're talking about who should win it, cause I know you're on these lives all the time, so you know what me and you we're on the same accord.
Same level.
We're on the same accord. Roman Gonzalez won fighter of the decade, but that's not happening. It's not happening. So. Yeah, it'll probably be Canelo. You know what? Hold on. I need to make a note of what you guys just told me.
Yeah, what they say.
No, it's something. What was it? Hey.
Oh, that's why you got hey too. Yeah. Nassim. And Angle Jam.
I haven't hit up on. I haven't emailed. I haven't tried hitting up. Hey. Nah, I'm not getting Joshua.
You're not gonna get him?
No, I'm not even gonna try.
You know, for real?
He's fighting when I'm there. He's fighting.
Ben.
I mean, I might run into him later. Ben.
Father.
Oh, Eubank.
Yeah, Eubank. There's all kinds of stuff. I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, Caleb Plant is fighting Alfredo Angulo for his first title defense. What do you think about that?
It is what it is, right? I don't know who exactly. I have to do some more research on Angulo.
He beat Peter Quillen last fight.
Okay. I'm a big fan of Caleb Plant too. So.
It's a very big mismatch. It's an incredible mismatch.
For Angulo.
His title.
Yeah.
Were the Browns overrated? Yes, I told him before. I told this guy before the season started.
I thought the Browns were gonna make the playoffs.
I told him. I told him they're still the Browns. They still suck, and Odell Beckham Jr. You can't be successful in the NFL and Odell Beckham Jr. be one of the best players on your team.
But if the quarterback,
so fucking bum.
But I became a big fan of the quarterback too, and then he disappointed me too.
Yeah. She says Caleb Plant fighting 2 mismatches in a row. Yeah, because he fought Mike Lee, which was a mismatch, and now he's fighting Alfredo Angulo. Wait. Is it possible that we are on the verge of the Caleb Plant Witness Protection Program?
Why don't you call El Heyman? Call El Heyman. He'll tell you. Bullshit.
But I think Caleb's gonna fight. I think Caleb's gonna fight someone eventually. But yeah, right now you're correct. If when he fights Angulo, it'll be his second mismatch in a row.
It's crazy. But, we'll
it's not crazy. It's just boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Odell was incredibly overrated. I never liked Odell. Let me see.
It was like.
Oh yeah, Korobov versus Eubanks Jr. What do you make of that? Korobov versus Eubanks Jr. That's a great fight.
Well, who's been calling out Eubank? And Eubank the one that made the fight? I forgot what fighter wants to fight him, and Eubank's like he still wants to fight me.
Korobov Eubank is a good fight though. Korobov is a fighter with a lot of experience. This is a make or break fight for Eubank. That's how I'm looking at it. It's a make or break fight for his career.
Yeah.
Korobov is the unluckiest fighter in boxing right now. Unlucky as hell. I mean, there's a lot of people thought he should have beat Jamal Charlo. I thought he barely lost, but I could see if he thought he won, no problem with that. Then he fought Emmanuel Ali and clearly beat him, and then he got the decision, and then they come back from commercial break. Oh, they've overturned it. So I don't know, man. Someone asked, does your dad like the Patriots?
I like the Patriots. They win. The champions. Tom Brady. I grew up with Steve Grogan, Darryl Stingley, Mike Haynes, who else? Billy Cunningham, Sam Bam Cunningham. I grew up with John Hanna.
Listen,
one of the best offensive
I'm
lines.
gonna cut him off. I'm gonna cut him off. Listen, when I was,
but I also grew up with Dan Marino.
I can't. No, I'm gonna cut him off. I can't speak for none of that old stuff you're talking about. Old Patriots. I can't speak to none of that. But I can speak about from the time I've been on this earth. When Brett Favre was in the NFL, I didn't hear nothing about Tom Brady.
I was a big Dan Marino fan too.
Brett Favre was his favorite. Brett Favre is his favorite athlete of all time. I don't care what he says. Brett Favre is his favorite athlete of all time. Then in Dan Marino. So my dad. I love my dad. God bless him. But he's a bandwagon. Major bandwagon.
I'm old now, so I'm just a casual fan.
I agree with that. When it comes to the NFL, yeah. Where should Carmelo Anthony end his career? Should he end his career in New York? I actually think he should go to Denver. I think he should go to the Nuggets.
But
come off the bench.
But the only team that's giving him a shot is Portland. That's the shot he's gonna get. That's it.
They're gonna have Carmelo Anthony, Hassan Whiteside on the same team. That's a nightmare.
You know, so
it's a nightmare waiting to happen.
You think so?
Yep. It's bad enough Hassan is there.
But you were saying the same thing about
Hassan Whiteside is a
You were saying the thing about the Rockets with what's his name?
Westbrook
and what's in Harden, both ball.
Do you like Pat Mahomes? Yeah, he's very talented. I like him. He gets a bit annoying sometimes though, because everybody says he should be the MVP, and I thought, when the Panthers were winning, McCaffrey was getting some MVP consideration, but now that we're losing, Christian McCaffrey is not going to get no MVP consideration. So I was kind of hating on Patrick Mahomes for a bit, but he's a fantastic player. And truthfully speaking, him and Lamar Jackson are the only hopes towards the Patriots not going to the Super Bowl. So I have to like him. Anybody but the Patriots. Anybody but them.
Andy Gamboa.
What do you think about the WBA Super Lion Belt? That's real? That's real? I haven't heard nothing about it. But so you dropping news on me? You dropping knowledge on me, freaking Hyro?
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Do you like the Saints? Hell no, I don't like the Saints because they are direct.
He does like Drew Brees.
I love Drew Brees. I don't like the Saints because
they're in your division.
They're in our division, so they're rivals. But I don't hate them nearly as much as I hate the Falcons. I can't stand the Falcons.
Yeah.
It's still this year for the Browns has been better than most of theirs in the last decade or so. That to go to show you how horrible they've been.
I just thought they were going to run away with the AFC. They got a good running back. They got 2 experienced receivers. The quarterback I thought was going to be good.
No.
People say he's a hype job.
Hype job.
So,
Hype job and a half.
I don't know.
Is Canelo likely to win his next fight if he takes a picture with Drake? You know what? I'm going to tell you this. Canelo Alvarez has a lot of good fortune going on right now. If Canelo Alvarez, listen, I'll tell you this. If Canelo Alvarez wants me to be my pound #1 fighter in boxing, take a picture with Drake and then go fight Demetrius Boo Andrade. And if you win that fight, I'll crown you the pound king. Yeah. Because listen, everybody that freaking Drake take a picture with, they get dropped, they lose their fights, they lose their games.
Remember you told me that?
Like even Joshua. Joshua was undefeated, knocking everybody out, and then he takes a picture with Drake.
It's like a jinx.
Freaking jinx. Biggest jinx.
It's crazy.
When the Hornets get good, we better stay away from Drake. One of these decades when the Hornets get good, they better stay away from Drake.
Yeah. Yo, me me and my son want to go to this thing that I'm kind of excited about. We're talking about today. There's a camp by Muhammad Ali in
Muhammad Ali's training camp in Pennsylvania.
I'm excited about that. These people actually bought out the camp so they won't destroy his legacy where he trained from the 1970s to the 1980s.
Yeah, so next year I was telling my dad we should go to upstate New York for the Hall of Fame weekend.
To go kill two birds with one stone.
And then go to Muhammad Ali's old training camp, which they're now turning into a museum, which is pretty damn cool. So
yeah, one of the trainings.
They're only separated by about 229 miles.
Yeah, so I'm dying for that. Just the history of Muhammad Ali. And then what's funny is when you go to the camp, they got huge rocks as you're walking through the campsite with Marciano, with all the big heavyweight champions. It's just
Facts.
It's beautiful. We got to keep my Muhammad Ali's legacy alive.
BT, have you ever considered doing a Super Bowl live stream?
Oh,
I mean, honestly, I don't really care enough about the NFL these days to do that.
but if you guys want it,
But if the Panthers weren't there, if the Panthers made it out, I would do it. But
that or
maybe I don't know. If the Patriots go and they play against a team that I kind of like the Ravens. Like if the Ravens, I don't know. I'm thinking about going live for other sporting events when there's not boxing on.
yeah, I mean that's good too. I mean, if you guys,
I don't want to start making videos about other sports, even though I could easily do that because I watch a lot of other sports.
Yeah.
Like I watch tennis. Like,
we spend a lot of time on watch a lot. Spend a lot of
I
time.
watch tennis. I watch freaking
Try to read
hockey.
What's going on in boxing?
I watch hockey. I watch basketball. I watch
you name it.
fucking baseball.
Yeah.
Everything. I watch everything.
Yeah.
Everything except golf and college sports. I watch,
I watch
and NASCAR.
Everything.
Do you like Lamar Jackson? I love Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, for a
Lamar,
young guy, what
he's from
doing,
South Florida. He's from Broward County.
Yeah, and a young guy for what he's doing, you gotta like him. What don't you like about him? You
The
know what I mean?
MVP of the NFL right now, in my opinion. Yo, I know the core decision over mainly. I had.
That's it.
Yeah, bro, that freaking Korobov Yalim decision was one of the biggest, most shambolic things I've ever seen in boxing. It was absolutely piss poor, absolutely horrible. My man Sam, he says, yes, guys, 5:30 a.m. in the UK, up for work. Hey, shout out to you, Sam.
Yeah.
We're here. We've been live
Have a good
for
day. Have a great day, guys.
almost 3 hours.
Yeah, what about
we
that?
talked about Pacquiao, and we're just bullshitting pretty much.
Yeah,
and listen, and if y'all like what we're putting out there, man, hit that super chat. You know, donate to the channel. Do I like Tom Brady? Fuck no, I hate Tom Brady. I can't wait till he retires.
The problem with my son is that New England is a city of champions. You got the Bruins. You got the Patriots.
The Bruins,
The
hold on, the
Red
Bruins,
Sox.
they just blew up. They just blew up.
You name it, they're winning teams.
The Bruins are losers. Listen, the Bruins are
my
fucking
son just
bozos.
can't understand
You
it.
and I both know the Bruins are bozos. They played my Panthers the other night in hockey. They played the Panthers, and they had a 3-goal lead, or whatever it was 3 or 4?
It
What
was
about
a
4? It was a 4. They had 4-goal lead and they blew it, and we beat them.
Yeah.
Bums. I don't want to hear anything.
Get out of here with that bullshit.
City of champions. Nah, I don't want Tom Brady. He's been torturing me my whole life, so I'm waiting for him to get out of here. Rocky Marciano was the heavyweight king. Was the heavyweight king under 190 pounds. You damn right. Sam wants to know who's Pac-Man fighting. We don't know yet. He said that he's gonna come back and fight. The date that was being floated around out there was April 11th. You know what I'm saying? April 11th. Which is right in the middle of between the Philippines break for the Senate, because the Philippines break for the Senate is like from early March to middle of May. So he's gonna fight in the middle of April. And the names that are being floated around out there were Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, what's his name? Sean Porter,
Yeah.
and Ugas. Ugas is obviously a long shot. So personally, I want to see him fight Sean Porter. I think that's the best fight. Sam says, I want the Broner rematch just for the post-fight interview with Broner.
Oh, Bruno's a trip, man. We laugh at him all the time on his press conferences. Fuck you, nigga. You on this side. You on my side. Your big nose. Fuck you, man. He was saying crazy.
I beat that boy.
Yeah.
I beat him.
Yeah.
I landed more.
Then he says, he's waiting to the referee what he told him. Yeah, I don't know what you thinking about. We can go 7 rounds. I'll beat you.
Loma versus Pac-Man would be a dream fight. It would mean, hey, unfortunately, you know, let's
Loma's
not
still young. So
let's not get into that. Let's not get into that.
I mean, we don't know what's going on.
The worst scorecards this year were Granados versus Easter 190 and Takuma Inoue versus Wale 120 to 107. You damn right. They damn right. You damn right. They robbed my boy Granados. Cincinnati, West Side, 2-5. You damn right.
What you doing? I'm some bricks.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going back to selling bricks.
He said, you ain't my side. You're not
Yeah,
my side.
I remember the days where Crawford versus Broner was actually talked about as a legitimate matchup. That was actually a thing. When Crawford was at 140,
Yeah.
that was actually talked up as a legitimate fight.
And then you on my side.
It's crazy. What weight class was Floyd good in? Best weight class he was in was when he was at when he fought was it Gotti? Wherever he fought Gotti. He goes 130 or 135. When he was Pretty Boy Floyd. How many times did he beat Bradley? All 3. They robbed him. He beat him all 3 times. But yeah, man. So I got a lot of things coming out here on the channel. Got a lot of great things coming out. I want to let you guys know, I haven't put up the official trailer for it yet, but me and my boy Isaac Chamberlain, many of you guys may remember Isaac Chamberlain, who fought Lawrence Okoli last year and lost to him. You know, he's training here in Miami. He's refined his whole style. He's a whole different fighter now than he was when he fought Lawrence Okoli. We started a vlog series, so you guys are going to see a trailer for this Isaac Chamberlain vlog series that we're starting. That'll come out soon, but yeah, December the 2nd, it should be coming out, so be on the lookout for that. Isaac Chamberlain vlog series. Do you like Chinese food? Not really. It's a mood thing with me when it comes to Chinese food. Floyd fought Gotti at 140. Yeah, it was 140. 140 and 135. But I don't remember Gotti being that light. I don't remember Gotti being that light, so it had to be 140. Something like that. Could you interview Al Heyman? Listen, if I have to see him first. We never seen Al Heyman, but if that day ever comes and I ever do Al Heyman, then I'm a legend. I'm the best there ever was and there will ever be, because nobody's done that. Listen, if I interview Al Heyman, I should retire from making YouTube videos, because I've accomplished everything there is to accomplish. I interviewed Bigfoot. I interviewed Casper the Friendly Ghost. I interviewed somebody that we didn't even know existed. You know what's crazy? So my boy Isaac Chamberlain, right? Isaac Chamberlain, shout out to him. Fantastic fighter. He just left Eddie Hearn and he signed with Al Heyman. So I asked Isaac, I was like, yo, Isaac, is Al Heyman real? And Isaac Chamberlain, you know what he told me? I asked Isaac if he's spoken to Al Heyman. And he's been signed to him for a couple months now. And he said, no, he's never spoken to Al Heyman. He's never spoken to Al Heyman. And he's only spoken to his assistant, Sylvia. So ain't that some shit? You signed to a promoter.
You don't even know.
And you don't even have open lines of communication with him. But he's not the only fighter. There's many more in the situation that are like that.
It's crazy.
I only watched one Lawrence Okoli fight. It was horrible. He clinched all night and didn't get penalized. There were probably more than 100 clinches. It was probably that fight against Isaac Chamberlain. Your favorite pizza place? My favorite pizza places, in no chronological order, are I like Lou Malnati's Pizza in Chicago. That's up there.
Brooklyn Pizza?
L&B Spumoni Gardens in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. That's one of my favorites. New York Pizza Suprema across the street from Madison Square Garden in Manhattan. And Antonio's Pizza in Dania Beach. Dania Beach, stand up. So those are like my top 4. Who's your top 5 pound for pound? My man Sam asked me. I got, okay, so number 1, my pound for pound king is Naoya Inoue. Number 2, I got Terrence Crawford. Oh, no, my bad. Number 1, Inoue. Number 2, Alexander Usyk. Number 3, Terrence Crawford. Number 4, Vasyl Lomachenko. And number 5, who would have number 5? Where's it going? Number 5 is tough.
Wait. Inoue, Crawford.
I mean, I'm not putting Canelo there because there's too many asterisks.
Pacquiao, you said? No. Crawford.
I'm drawing a blank. Who's 5th?
We talked about the other day.
Puff Daddy's Victory. Listen to that. I've listened to it. I'm very well schooled on hip hop. I know. Somebody said, "Go Patriots." Tom Brady is the GOAT. The fuck, man! All these Patriot fans.
No. Go, let's go. My son is like Brady, but he always make an invitation of Brady before a game. He goes, let's go.
He's a cornball. He's a cornball. Tom Brady's like this. This is Tom Brady. Let's go! It's cornball. Fucking bum.
Eat you, you love him. If he comes to the Panthers, he make you.
He'd be dead. If he came to the Panthers, he would die. Because we have no offensive line. He'd get hit every play.
Yeah, you say it all the time.
Okoli reminds me of Henry Akawande, a Nigerian, Houston-based Brit. Same style. Watch the first Lennox. Yeah, I know Henry Akawande. He was supposed to fight Holyfield, and he pulled out. I appreciate your boxing coverage without an agenda. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, man.
Appreciate that.
I got a couple. I got a video dropping tomorrow. People are gonna be mad as hell. All the Canelo fans are gonna be mad as hell. Because I don't know if you guys heard. And I want you guys to take on this. What do you guys make of like WADA? WADA changed their protocol because now WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, they have established a clenbuterol threshold, and now WBC is going to finally. They weren't acknowledging WADA protocol before, but now they're gonna acknowledge it. So, what do you guys make of the whole clenbuterol thing? The fact that they're now increasing the threshold levels for clenbuterol. I got a 21-minute video pretty much going in on Canelo and the WBC about that.
I think it's bullshit.
I can't be touched. I can't be moved. Can't even be hit. Can't even be shook.
They call it world.
We hot.
The world
Bow,
boxing.
bow.
The world boxing corruption.
My favorite food, French fries. I know that's pretty basic, but I love French fries. And listen, you can't mess French fries up. Listen, if you mess French fries up, then you're a disgrace to humanity. Do you like James Harden? Fantastic scorer, fun to watch, but gets a bit annoying to watch all the time with him jerking his head around trying to get free throw calls all the time.
Everybody talk about baseball.
You know what? I got Estrada over Canelo. F it. Estrada is my number 5 on my list. Al the Pal says Wingstop fries go hard. You damn right they go hard. In fact, when I get paid here in a couple of days.
Hooters, baby.
No. When I get paid here in a couple of days, I'm going to Wingstop. Damn right.
Got a craving for that.
Because the neighborhood we just moved to, they got a Wingstop in our area. I went insane. Because back in Dania Beach, there is no Wingstop. When is Tyson Fury going to unify the Mayan belt with Deontay Wilder? The Mayan belt. They gave that to Montico de Mayo.
That's retarded, man. All these damn belts.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's true.
Maybe for women's boxing, they'll probably have like the breast cancer awareness belt.
Better give it to a woman. That definitely is a guy.
Who's training Isaac Chamberlain? Right now, Isaac Chamberlain is being trained by Jorge Rubio, who many of you guys may remember trained Guillermo Rigondeaux, Amir Khan, and a whole host of other fighters. I know he worked with Marlena Esparza when she was in the Olympics. So yeah, that's who he's working with, and I got a lot of exclusive stuff with Isaac Chamberlain and Jorge Rubio coming out on that vlog.
From Fernandez.
That's right. Oh yeah, and Angel Fernandez is also his coach in England. So Isaac has a coach in England. He has a coach in America. When he comes to America, he works with
Cuban trainer.
Jorge Rubio. When he's in England, he's with Angel Fernandez. But Angel Fernandez is his main coach. But I met him through Jorge Rubio, because that's why he's here training at Jorge Rubio's gym in Hialeah. Interview Amir Khan. Hopefully it'd be nice. I interviewed him one time. It was one of the worst interviews I ever did in my life. He was so like media trained. It's not even funny. Amir Khan. I'll tell you this about Amir Khan. Amir Khan is one of the most media trained fighters you'll ever meet.
He's quiet. Doesn't say much. You know.
Someone says, allow Amir Khan, please. Even as a Pakistani myself, I'm sick of him. Yeah, a lot of Pakistanis they don't like Amir Khan. I've gotten that.
Why he hasn't done right to them or something?
I don't know. I'm not gonna get into why. What are you more excited for, Wilder versus Ortiz or Nettie versus Rodriguez?
I want Wilder versus Ortiz.
Wilder versus Ortiz, because I can't wait to look at the face when Wilder puts Ortiz in a casket. Hopefully not for real, but I'm saying when he beats him.
Listen, King Kong's coming.
He's coming. So I don't know. I highly doubt he's still here, but I saw my boy Dom Flamenco earlier. Have you been to the Soul Box or Think Fighting gym? Nah, bro. That's like one of the only South Florida boxing gyms I haven't gone to.
Miami?
That's Glenn Johnson's gym.
And it's funny, we met Glenn
we
Johnson.
We met Glenn Johnson.
Videos and everything.
Me and Glenn Johnson get along really well. So I have had a chance to go to the Soul Box gym, but that's like 2020. I'll definitely be
nice guy, man.
Getting out there. Glenn Johnson, man. Shout out to him. Favorite cereal? Honey Bunches of Oats. Honey Bunches of Oats 1 and Cocoa Pebbles 2. and then Fruity Pebbles 3. Are you still coming to England? Yeah, man. We've been talking about that England trip all day. Yeah, I'll be in England. I'll be in England December the 4th.
Yeah.
That's still a go. So yeah, I'm going to England. I'm probably within the next couple of days. I'm gonna drop the video detailing my trip, so you guys can be on the lookout for that when it happens. So yeah, I'm going to England. Hopefully, if you're there, maybe we can link up. I got my coat. I got me a coat with a chinchilla hoodie. So
You look like an Eskimo.
I look like a freaking Eskimo. I look like Ice Climbers in freaking Super Smash Brothers, the video game.
How cold does it get over there, though? Do they know? Anybody knows?
I mean, he's in England. He would tell me.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, what's the coldest it gets in England? Like, anything below 0? Or how I don't know what you guys saying.
Can we please get Michael Blackson to translate for Manny Pacquiao again? Yeah, I hope so. He needs to start doing that. That shit was hilarious. That was extremely hilarious. He's a funny guy. I love this work in
Who's this?
Friday. The movie next Friday. When he said, "You motherfucker! I can't get you with this shit, motherfucker." It's one of my favorite movies. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't done so already. We came here talking about Manny Pacquiao. Now we're talking about freaking Michael Blackson. It's not as bad as you think. It's kind of cool down south of the UK.
Then you know.
Okay. Everybody keep telling me it's horrible.
Everybody does something different, though.
Yeah, I do know though, Sam, that I do plan on going to Liverpool. When I'm there, I'm gonna go to Manchester and I'm gonna go to Wales and I'm going to Birmingham. So I'm sure it'll be cold over there. No, Mitch, I can't say I like LeBron James. I've never liked him. I'm probably one of the only people on planet Earth who's been a LeBron James hater since his rookie season. I've never liked him. I actually didn't like LeBron James when it was not popular.
Yeah.
Now it's popular.
I mean, he does a lot of, he helps a lot of people out. I mean,
Unless you're in China.
one time, no.
Unless you're in China.
Working in a supermarket and like 3 or 4 vans came, and there had to be like at least over 1,000 some kind of cakes or whatever. Beautiful.
Tell me
cakes.
when you were at Publix back in the day.
Yeah, and
So this is back when LeBron James played for the Heat. He came to a local supermarket my dad worked at. What happened?
and they bought 3 freaking huge vans, and all I seen is all these crates, maybe about 12 big ass pans with about I'm gonna say about over 400 or 500 cakes, probably 1,000.
Yeah.
More than that. And I'm like, wow, what are we doing these cakes for? He says, you know LeBron James? He's giving them out to somebody. So what I'm getting at, some people might not like who he is, but he does a lot to a lot of people. And most of the time, people that hate him, I was a big hater of him myself. But once I see what he's trying to do and trying to do to help people and give himself,
Nah, he's a clown. He's a clown. He's a clown. He doesn't want to help nobody in China.
He wants to help himself.
He doesn't want to help nobody in China. But that's another story for another day. Hyro says, have you been to Fight Club America in Doral? I haven't gone there, but I went to Doral recently. I didn't go to a boxing gym, but I went to like this strength and conditioning place for Isaac Chamberlain. I think it was called
Oh, the place you talking about? I forgot.
what was the name of it? Can you go on my Instagram?
Yeah.
I think I got it there. There was a strength and conditioning place in Doral that I went to. I was actually there in the vlog that I'm gonna drop with him. Go to my Instagram and go to the picture, the video of me and Isaac. Let me see. Oh, the Locks. I went to the Locks Performance Center. I went to the Locks Performance Center. So that place is pretty nice. They got all kinds of stuff there.
I mean, little by little, we're gonna get to all these gyms.
Little by little.
You know, brick by brick.
Brick by
You
brick.
know? If you guys been to any gyms around that you want us to go to, just like let us know.
Now, did you watch Sugar Ray Leonard imitating other fighters? No, I didn't.
I seen it on Instagram.
I saw the link for it. I haven't clicked on it and watched it. Was it good? Was it any good? Looked pretty nice. It looked interesting enough. So Sam wants to know, are you a soccer fan and who do you support?
I support the best team in the world.
Oh Lord, I don't even believe that, and I'm a supporter.
Well, it's got their heart in its sleeve. Everton Blue, baby.
So yeah, he's an Everton supporter, like I'm an Everton supporter. I don't believe we're the best club in the world, honestly. I love Everton though. Actually, no, F it. We are the best club in the world. What am I on about?
Yeah.
We are the best
I
club
like
in the world.
the saying on the jersey.
Yeah, if only they actually adhere to the saying on their jerseys. If they held players to the standard of the saying on the jersey, they'd be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he likes Everton. I like Everton. Ronaldo or Messi?
I'm a big Ronaldo fan. Big Ronaldo fan.
Ronaldo all day over here for me. Ronaldo. Cristiano. It's my guy.
Yeah.
Only good to see MLS All-Star versus Everton. Everton would absolutely kill the MLS All-Stars. Are you serious? Listen, I follow the MLS a little bit, and listen, I'm telling you right now, the MLS All-Star team would get murdered by Everton. Do you see Brazilian Ronaldo play today? No, I did not. I did not. All I did today was edit YouTube videos. I ran 4 or 5 miles. I watched Christian McCaffrey for like 2 plays. I watched the Panthers do nothing. Then I went to sleep, and now I'm here. Have you seen? I have seen the Brazilian Ronaldo play. Like, if you're saying in general, though, yeah, I saw him play. I've seen his highlights. I'm familiar with him. Like, I know I've seen him play for. I've seen his like clips and his highlights with like Madrid and I believe he played for Inter Milan and those guys. Yeah, no, he was the truth. Ronaldo number 9 for Brazil. I liked him. With that being said, guys, it's getting pretty late. It's 12:49. I want to unwind and decompress, but I want to thank you guys who've joined me here.
Thank you for supporting us.
On the live. Just a couple of, again, I know I'm beating into your head, but live fight reactions next week for Wilder versus Ortiz and Caitlin Smith versus John Ryder as well. And also, I'll be in the UK December the 4th, so mark your calendars and plan accordingly. To answer your question, Mitch, Christian McCaffrey over everybody. He's the best running back in the NFL by a country mile. With that being said, like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.